welcome to Keeping in Character. I'm Sam, I'm your DM, and we all have the giggles now at this point. That's how it goes.
Big giggles.
All right, so we're going to do a little bit of a different recap this week and gloss over some bits. So if you want to figure out what happens, go watch that episode. So last week, effectively the group woke up, started traveling through the Goblin territories, and they were looking for supplies, a way to carry the bodies, horses, that kinds of thing. And in the process, pissed a lot of people off.
Kind of.
So it goes, ripped some people off, stole some things, bought some horses, and have now made it outside of Plimbari. And I think that with the 3 remaining goblin tribes, all 3 of them have some sort of issue with this group.
What you gonna do, you know?
So now you are on the road, and if I remember correctly, you guys are at the 33-hour mark on a 10-day span of time. This is your time frame. You have roughly, based on the distance from where you guys are to where you're going, 6 days to get there on horseback. So if you lose the horses or something like that, then it'll take you 10 days from where you are right now to get to where you're going, and you only have
Less than 10.
less than that. You have 33 hours less than 10.
Yeah, but not losing horses.
Right?
So we're doing okay.
I'm not responsible.
Yeah, you guys.
There's
all right.
hope right now.
And this would be moving at kind of a normal pace kind of thing. So without doing forced marches and stuff like that, which is
Exhausted.
something that you could try, but if that's Constitution saves and things of that nature along the way.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Can't do
So
that.
as of right now, I'm going
Floating in my
to
boot.
kind of draw 3 little circles here and have you guys with your horses. So they're all saddled up, ready to go. And
Yeehaw.
how are you all on the horses? What is
we
the?
decided that last
Right.
time, but
We
I
were
didn't
basing
write
it-
it down.
You're good.
No, we're basing it on our animal handling.
Yeah, I think that was
And
post game.
waves.
I think that
Right.
might have been
Okay.
after the
Oh.
stream.
Okay.
It could have been during it. Who knows? But either way, now we'll get the official answer.
So
So I'm gonna fly.
The whole time, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, that makes it a lot easier. Okay,
And
great.
I'll just hang out in his pocket per use.
Alrighty.
It's Colin. You and the horses get along?
She kind of nods, almost irritated a little bit, where she's like, "Yes, me and horses are great friends."
Big good for you.
Jeremy not good with horses.
I believe in you.
Well, we
can do
have
it.
3,
Jeremy's not good at
and
horses.
if this one is flying, and this one is. That was weird. My
That is
hand
right.
started tingling, and it felt like water.
Oh.
Huh, anyway, sorry.
Ah, it's
Let's
not
keep
polite to urinate.
Sorry.
Huh.
But like the horse that was mean to you, like from what you told me, he was like scared. It wasn't personal. I think you'll be great.
Sonny, these horses were taken from the dead soldiers. One of these may have very well been the horse that kicked at her.
I'm trying to boost
Him?
morale.
Her? Him?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Sorry, is my accent too thick?
Oh, it's fine. Jeremy good.
Guess I'm not gonna help anymore. I'll go
So
in
we
his
do
pocket.
have these 3 horses and only 2 riders as of now.
Well, Jeremy's small. Jeremy
Can we
fit.
put the dead body on one of them and tie it?
I suppose it just
You can lead it along.
it's just strange that we have the 3rd horse. She like throws it on there. It's like we paid for this one, right?
Jeremy
Bag.
paid for all of them.
Buy one, get one free.
Three.
She'll chuckle at that and throw the body onto the thing, wrapped up in. Was it your cloak that it was wrapped up in last time?
Last time, but I
Yes.
believe I took it back.
So the open dead body is lying on the back of a horse, and then she looks at it and goes, "We should do something about
I'm
this."
gonna grab some leaves and start sticking them in pockets and stuff.
I don't think it gets any deader than that.
No, I just mean, what would you do if you saw a person riding around with a dead body of a bluish tinted Brentwillith?
I would ask them if I could help burn it.
You look the
Can
other
we
way.
burn it now?
How
I
about
mind my
anyone
business.
else? does this strike anyone else as odd? Because it would strike me as odd.
Well, it's been all the whole time.
No,
Everything dies.
you just look the other way.
Well, it is war times.
You
I mean,
want
it-
my cloak again?
How I
It is up. I mean,
I take
my
off
number one priority is to
hand
see
it
him.
over begrudgingly.
Wraps it
It's
up.
not much, but it's what I have.
Now it just looks like a cloaked dead body. That's the only issue that I
Well,
have.
Maybe we can pretend he's drunk.
And like
We
she's
can
gonna
have
turn him
Bernie's
over a little bit,
So
and
string
then,
on
so
it, and
the
could, like,
I don't know if
hold
I
it from the
described
top.
this, but the way
That would
that
be
this
neat.
person died
I don't
was
know,
a
it'd
knife
probably be,
through the
in
chest,
front
so
to
the
these
whole
people.
front of him is this bloodied mess. No, wait, or did I describe it? It was either
I'm just
knife through the
listening.
chest or
Same.
throat slit.
I think it was a slit throat.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I bounced between the two things there. And I think throat slit. So she just pulls the head back slightly and just puts it back down. Like, I don't know if anyone will believe.
Well,
But he's
not
the
if you're
drunkard.
gonna show it off like
I
that.
said I wanted to burn him, not call him burn.
no, Jeremy needs this. Jeremy needs.
We must talk with him.
It's
or
the
at least
only
the
way
priests
Jeremy can
must.
fix things.
I don't have anything else to help cover him.
Jeremy can
We-
ride with him. I'm
Suppose,
small
I-
enough, and I feel like you both are pretty big for horse and anything else.
Carrying capacity for a horse is 480 pounds. So Yezgalin can't have the body on with
Really?
because of all of her equipment
Mhm.
and weight. It'll put it over the edge by, I think I did the math on it, it's like
Horse
60
is
pounds.
basically 480 pounds, right?
Just stack them.
I know I'm not the sharpest spear in the bundle, but how is you riding the horse going to make any difference on whether or not this dead body is suspicious?
It doesn't. I'm just saying that way we all ride horses at least. But I have no way of doing. This is a dead body, and that's what it is. That's what it looks like.
Well, then give me my damn cloak back.
Oh, that helps.
She starts pulling it off, puts it back
And
down.
plus, I don't want to look at it when I'm riding. It's not good. It's really.
How about,
Maybe we won't even
Whatever.
see anybody, and we should just get going.
Oh,
I
that's
walk over
that's
to the
it. We're
nearest
not going to
horse
see
and
anybody.
Get up in a saddle.
all right. Yezgalin will hop
You
on the other one and we'll go over with the reins and hand them to Jeremy and
Good horsey.
and she'll reach down to go pick you up and put you on the
Oh,
horse
oh.
like a little kid.
Oh,
You can do it.
okay.
Just
Okay.
follow my lead.
All right.
And if we get into trouble, you go into the woods.
Oh, very good at that.
And if
Maybe not with horses, but I'll try. Jeremy try.
If you go into the woods, I will attempt to follow and take the body and will
All right.
not be where there is trouble.
Do the best Jeremy can.
And she hops on it.
Here
We
he
should
goes.
scout out ahead a little bit, and This-
Skaba.
that too.
He can scout.
Sure.
All right.
Very well.
Jace.
I will assume my position in the pocket and just.
Are
Assume
you
position.
flying now, or are you still on the ground? Because I was
Flying.
acting like you were already
Yes.
flying.
Oh yes, no, I am.
All right.
I assume that Shkaba kind of just
Floats.
fucks off sometimes and does stuff.
I can't
But
do
feel free
anything
to
here.
describe what he's doing even while everyone else is doing other things.
Yeah.
If he's getting into trouble, poking at the ground, whatever,
Just
whatever you
over
want to
there.
do. Yeah.
It's over here.
So, which way? Which
Ooh,
way are
worms.
we going?
These are my rash.
Well, we are going northwest and then west.
Skaba! Skaba!
I point
Right.
to the northwest.
Scout that way, please.
There is a road that curves to the northwest, which you kind of you look down and you're like, where else would I fucking go?
Okay. So I could just go the opposite way.
Right? So going south.
Hey! No!
Then bar-
No, hey!
I wave my hands at him and almost fall off my horse.
Stick my head up. Would you quiet down?
Hey, don't worry, I'm catching the air current. Hold on.
Is there screaming back and forth? kind
This
of
is
thing?
all very good for people
What is
not
everyone's
looking for
passive
us.
perception?
Jeremy,
very,
you're doing
very
great.
passive.
Right. 15. I think we did this. 11, 11.
Wait,
What was your passive perception?
12.
12. Brutal. Even as a monk. That sucks. Oh,
That's
what you gonna do?
Key point switches.
So, Shkaba, you notice almost a figure on a horse that isn't on the road. It's there's little thickets of woodland areas around here, and it seems to be moving to the road goes north-northwest kind of thing. It starts to curve more westerly as it kind of meanders through the various thickets and partial rolling hills. And this person is going due west, which you find is not, they're not on a road. They're like emerging from a thicket of woods and moving.
Are they moving like fast, or are they moving at like a pretty slow pace? Like
They
they're just
look like
flapping away?
they have the horse in like a trot kind of thing. It's quiet enough where you wouldn't be able to hear it from far off, like on the road, but not a full. So it's not a full gallop, but it's just quiet enough. It doesn't look like they're like sneaking around necessarily. They just
They're just there.
just came out of the thing. They're not moving slowly, but they're not moving super fast.
So they like just came out of the woods and started walking on the.
Not on the road. No, they're moving
just-
west,
they're just in
away
the
from the
woods.
road.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna swoop down to Rivals and let him know. Be like,
I saw there is somebody up on the road. Well, not technically on the road, but like they're in the woods out there somewhere. But like they're going like west or something. It's just one person. They're going a little slow.
And you know exactly what woods he's talking about because there's a thicket kind of next to the road, but away from Plimbari. So far enough away from the town where you're not going to be seen from there. And that's why you stopped at this bend, is because it breaks the line of sight. So they must be on the other side of that, heading either towards or around Plimbari.
Well, better be careful if he starts to come towards the road, like he might be setting an ambush. Let us know. Other than that, I think we pay it no mind at this point.
Great job. Keep
You're
your
doing
eyes
a
peeled.
really great job.
I'm like just sitting on the horse, just like sitting there,
And
just
if you've ever seen somebody who's not experienced on a horse, like the horse just starts moving around and doing what it wants to do, and Jeremy's just
Yeah. Perfect.
are we going now?
it's like grazing, and she's just holding onto the reins ineffectually,
You're
like way
doing
too
good job,
slack.
horse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even if
Totally.
she
Good
pulled back,
horse.
they wouldn't pull on the horse. You know?
You just fall backward. Perfect.
Well,
I'm used to smaller animals.
Yasgalin does come up and kind of help instruct you a little bit, and she's like, "It's hopefully we won't have to run."
Jeremy can be a natural.
She could. And she hops back onto the horse and like, all right, let's go. Now, as you're traveling on, I'll have you make a stealth check. It's a stealth check, a perception check with advantage because Sunny is helping out. What's that? What's that?
hold on,
Fly
hold
over
on.
there.
It's like a kid
You're
in
like
the
it-
backseat of
right?
the car driving down the highway.
That flower is really pretty. We should go over there. Oh, look
23.
at the mushrooms.
23. So as you're looking around, there are occasionally people that end up being on not necessarily side roads, but they almost look like little. You almost thought it was game trails, but they lead off to separate, different farms and things like that. So it looks like this is sometimes how people just kind of filter
Yeah.
off and go home. So you see a person or two. There's not a group of people, but there's a person on a horse and a person walking far off ahead of you guys. That they seem to just be moseying along in a casual pace, similar to how you guys are going. You guys aren't. I'm assuming you're not sprinting down the road, kind of thing. You're just
We
a
are.
normal.
No, normal
travel
horse
pace.
travel
Yep.
a little faster than walking, right?
Yeah. Yep. So let's think what else you see. Not a whole lot. This is kind of a, it's not a backwards country road kind of thing, but it's not anything that's going to be leading to it leads to a city, behind you, but it looks like it's a typical
Like
everyday
casual.
trade route kind of thing. It looks like this is exactly how you would get to the next big city.
At least it will be hard to get lost, though it will be kind of hard to stay awake too. It's very boring.
You do see at some point there is a river that comes up ahead, and you guys are be able to camp out and eat a little bit of food and relax a bit. It doesn't appear to be a very busy road, especially during wartime, because people know not to go out because bandits and stuff. So you get up and begin moving again, and now it's been about. You guys will travel for about 8 hours. You take a break in between in there to you use the restroom. Well, not really restroom. You pee in the woods.
The world is your restroom.
You make sure that the horses are okay, so they're not getting too tired, stuff like that. And so it does take around. So it's 8 hours of travel, but 10-ish hours of breaks and that kind of thing. So that'll put you at I didn't actually need that there. So you started at 33 and another 10 hours in. So you're towards the end of the day. So you guys had gotten up in the morning, went shopping, all that stuff. Didn't take a whole heck of a lot of time, and so it's at this point now getting towards sunset, and you're looking for a place to camp. So the woods have broken up quite a bit, and it's turned into more fields. You see a lot of farmland, and it's not just elves out here from what you've kind of seen. There's different architectures that you recognize as from roughly your people kind of thing, but it's here and there. And you're seeing things off in the distance, and you can kind of tell a silhouette of an orc versus an elf pretty well. Same with there's a smattering of halfling and dwarf and all kinds of different. It's not super cosmopolitan. It's primarily elf, but it definitely has about 50% of the population is non-elf around here. As you're traveling down, you do find a little, almost a spot in the road that it turns around, almost at a, not quite a 90-degree angle, but then people have kind of cut through the middle at some points of that. And some people have, you can see their old campfire spots. This seems to just kind of be an area to stop and rest on the road that is frequently used, but not there's no inn here, that kind of thing. It's just a dirt road, and you can pull off to the side. Mm-hmm. So this Gollum begins to set up camp and go searching out for firewood.
Beautiful.
I find my jug and hang out in my jug of wine.
Alrighty.
How is everyone on rations? Should I hunt?
It looks
That's
like
pretty good.
Shkaba is at 2 days worth. Jeremy has 4 days. Sunny has now 5 days. But you've eaten today, or drank today. Rybos and Nizgalan, you both have 8.
You said we're by, are we still by like a river or something?
You're not by a river, but you passed by one earlier.
Oh, okay.
That was 3 hours ago.
Oh.
Well, Jeremy's good for
Lots
now,
of buckets.
except for my butt hurt. But Jeremy has rations, and maybe last resort ribos would be good for hunting. But for now, reserve your strength.
I will do so.
Okay.
Okay. And I just sit down and start meditating a little,
Sure.
chanting.
It hasn't quite gotten to nightfall yet, but it is sunset. So you're not quite in the twilight stage, but the sun is going down and nice and red. And you guys are tired from your day's travel, but that's how it goes.
Should we hide the body a little better?
That is a good idea. You actually hear that from the woods where Scout's like, yes. Comes back with some just
Grab some
broken
dirt.
pieces of drier wood. Throws it in the middle of it. Like,
I
does
mean-
somebody want to go hide it?
Not it.
Unless someone would like to start this fire.
I can start the fire.
And she goes over and slings the body out.
Should we really put it
starts walking off.
far away from us?
I'll sleep
or-
next to it. And she says as she's walking away.
We can all help.
yucky.
I mean,
And she
It's actually
shrugs slightly
Put
to
our
you.
belongings on top of it, make it look like luggage.
Okay, you know, to each their own.
She turns around and kind of regards you with an odd look.
too
and goes,
old and stiff.
That's why
It
there's
makes
no
it
eyes
look
on it.
good.
But what if someone looks through our belongings?
You're gonna be sitting next to it.
Still,
Okay.
but more
Comes
people
back and
around. Very
sets,
good.
sets it down and begins
Yes.
covering it up with whatever you guys happen to have.
dirt.
as far as
Yeah,
goes.
Jeremy puts
Not
her
my job.
backpack down and puts it
Sprinkling
on
some
top of
dirt
it.
on
Right. You guys are able to obfuscate it pretty well, but if on close inspection, they'll be like, "That's a body." You know, hide it in partial tall grass.
Where did that come from?
Right.
Weird. And I was just setting it on a bag.
Right. Just accuse them of murder, but you have the dead body.
Of course I would.
Where we stopped to make camp, was there already like an existing fire pit?
Kind of, yes. Yep. It looks like some people had dug a pit and then it just buried it. So now these Goblin more or less just threw the sticks next to where that was.
All right, I'll start uncovering, try to get down to find some ashes.
Sure. Yeah, you're able to pull that out and you find you pull your hands back and there have like almost old, wet, cold ashes. Kind of.
Perfect. Once I get to the point where it's ashy, I'll start spreading it over my body
Sure.
in a cleansing ritual.
Alrighty.
And then as I finish that, I'll start building the fire.
All right.
At least he's not hitting himself.
Okay.
Not yet.
What's everyone else doing?
Hanging out with my jug.
Yep. There you go.
Taking out that other, that new room
Oh,
book
gotcha.
again. Try
So-
to look at it a little better.
It is it looks like the same symbol on the front of it. The second book that you have is much larger. It's almost like taller.
My original or the one I found?
The one you found.
Okay.
It's taller, but it's not not particular. I mean, it's about the same thickness and not much wider, but it's definitely taller, which is interesting.
Interesting. So
And
I'll
it's like
sit
think
with
restaurant menu. You know what I mean?
that. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Jeremy will sit with that by the fire and
Sure.
Necessarily
look it
large.
over a little better, see if she can interpret anything
Go make
or
an investigation.
similarities, maybe.
You don't recognize the language still.
Right.
That's
But
been
maybe
interesting.
similar things that I've kind of already interpreted, maybe somewhere in there.
Sure.
It's a 14.
As you're looking through it, there are some similarities, but this seems not the same version of things. You recognize a word here and there that is the same characters in the same order. You're like, okay, that clearly this is saying the same thing, but I'm not entirely sure,
Not sure what.
to do with that. But so what I'm going to have you do is I'll have you keep track of every day you'll be able to do this, and I'll have you keep track of what kind of you ended up getting. So the thresholds will be 10, 13, and 15.
10.
Well, and then 18 and 20. So basically just write down what you ended up getting,
Perfect.
but in sequential order. So this would be day 1, looking through the book, 14.
Got it.
Yeah, I guess the threshold thing doesn't make any sense. Just write the number.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have the thresholds in my head, which I
Perfect.
just told you.
Any
Yay.
flowers and stuff around that I would be able
Yeah,
to.
go ahead and make a survival check just to see where you'd find some flowers.
I'm just gonna like anything that's like close to camp. I'm
Sure.
gonna pull out my book as if I'm studying. And
Okay.
I'm like,
Absolutely.
Dude. I'm gonna pop up in the air and catch a wind current and do some
Sure.
circles around the group, see if I can't see things off in the distance or whatnot.
Absolutely. All right, I'll have you make a perception check.
Did you say
Beautiful,
nature,
beautiful.
survival?
Survival.
Survival. Okay, that's a 9.
This would be finding where the flowers would be growing around, not necessarily identifying.
Okay.
It's a 9.
9.
Yeah.
So you find some little, those little tiny white fellas? Yep. So you find some of those and you're like, ooh, okay, yeah.
Then I'm like flipping through the
Right.
pages, like so intently. I'm looking at Jeremy, like.
Jeremy's by the fire, I'm assuming, like reading the book, and you're off on the side of it.
But
like,
looking back,
But I'm still like mimicking
Right.
what
she noticed.
Right.
She knows
Yeah.
that.
You find some thistles and you like taste it. And
That's exactly what I
like
do.
that. Yeah.
That's exactly what I do.
Yep.
And
There
then
you
I close the book frustratedly
Sure,
and go back and sit next to my jug.
Alrighty.
I got 10.
10. So as you're flying around, your thoughts go back to home, or what was home at one point. and how you leaving there and now being here doing this. I mean, this is an odd thing for a, well, thief, smuggler, whatever you call yourself at this point,
Yeah.
to be doing. You don't really have any reason to be here other than somebody asked for your help and was gonna die and you would get 1,000 gold, but then you turned it down. So as you're flying around lost in
Don't
thought with
remind
this, it comes to your mind that you could just fly away. Like they wouldn't catch you, you know.
Just like, what do they do, you know?
You'd just be gone, you know.
But then
and
you
it-
see how cute I am, and you're like, I would never leave.
if Sunny was there, that's what you would. You're like, yeah, that's probably what she'd say. Ribos would more or less be like, if you want to go, go, whatever. His Gallon has the same attitude.
It's crazy.
So it's almost,
you know?
Shkabab begins kind of asking himself a little bit, why are you here?
Just contemplating my life right now, man. Wow.
Good time
Yeah.
to do it.
Then come on back eventually once the sun goes down and it's too hard to see. Right? So this guy kind of looks over and she's like, so Sunny is not taking the first watch. Who is?
I will. You always do it, I'll do it this time.
Yeah, but can you see?
You're right, you can do it.
I will do
Awesome.
it.
I'll take second.
Jeremy will take third. I can also say.
Good.
Wonderful.
You can have the last.
All
The
right.
sun should be coming up by then. You'll get a good night's sleep. You've
Yep,
been
that's accurate.
flying all day. You must be tired.
It's been, meh. You know what I mean? It's because you're able to fly as fast as the horses are moving. Yeah, it ends up you just lock
the
'em
winker,
for a while.
Just go, man. Just go.
That sounds really nice, you know.
It does make you sore, but no more sore than riding on a horse would.
Yeah, you know. It's on your butt. It probably hurts, you know. My shoulders hurt a little bit, you know.
You're not
The
wrong.
shoulders, I love it. It's great.
All
right,
Get some sleep. I'll let
perception
you
check.
know if anything happens.
13.
There does appear to be some sort of critter hanging out in the woods a little bit near you guys. It's far enough into the little thicket that you're not particularly worried about it. You're not entirely sure what it is, but it doesn't look human or
Goddamn
humanoid.
critters.
It doesn't come out of the woods.
Nope, you can just see little glint of eyes staring at the fire, but it's they appear small enough where it could be a raccoon or a loose cat or something.
All right, well, I won't pay it any mind. I'll just allow the time to go by.
Sure. All right. So the next one is Yizgalin.
All right.
So how do you wake her up?
I walk over and just nudge her a little with my
Sure.
foot.
She shoots up and
Hey,
yeah.
help me with this. Help me get this strap.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
helps you.
All right, I can get the rest.
disarmored.
You can get the rest. You.
Sure.
There was some critters in the woods,
Ah,
but that was about all I saw.
she kind of takes a peek and she pulls out her bow, but doesn't notch an arrow or anything like that. Just
Probably not even worth eating.
maybe. And goes over and sits next to the fire and just kind of stares at it.
As I take the rest of my armor off, I'll
Mhm.
go pull some ash from the fire and rub it
Sure,
around
sure.
on my body where my armor was covering previously,
That'll work.
so that
Yeah.
my whole body is just an ashy color.
Fun.
And then I'll go get some sleep.
Ribos, you are a strange fellow.
Comforts of home.
Do you do this? You do this often?
Well, usually it's. I'm not sure you want to know.
She kinda
It's
shrugs.
ashes, but not from firewood. You know, it's, we burn the bodies. You get the
Yep,
point.
And she just kind of puts up a hand like, yep. That's about as much interest as Yizgalin has ever shown towards your rituals. It's just the first time that she ended up seeing it, it ended up kind of just being like, huh, orc stuff. You know, like she just accepted it very gracefully while not a lot of elves had done that. So, and this has been really the only time that she's given you any sort of question about it, other than to basically say, like, stop rocking the boat. You're pissing people off. Just don't do that. Like,
I see the way you're looking at me. This may surprise you, but this is actually an elvish thing. They burn the bodies.
and she kind of nods to herself.
It brings me clarity in a way.
Interesting.
From this fire, it doesn't really so much. It's more of a cleansing. Quiets my mind.
And she doesn't really look at you, but just is nodding along, staring at the fire kind of thing. And then kind of turns towards you, nods a few times. She goes, interesting.
It is. I feel that I will get a good night's sleep. Thank you for having watch.
Nods again and stares back into the fire.
Go roll out my bed and catch some Z's.
There you go.
I slide a little further down the bottle. So I was leaning on, I'm just like, and now I'm on
Right.
the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right. Then after a little while, she comes up and like lightly shakes Jeremy. Goes,
Oh,
What the fuck up?
hello.
I didn't want to wake anyone.
I don't wanna-
Good night. And heads off towards the body and goes and lays down.
All right. Well,
Just very unceremoniously.
right. Very good. I'm up now. And I will- yeah. Do
Is that a
the thing.
D20 necklace?
It is.
Ah, nice.
It is. Oh boy. Every time. Oh, that's just 9. There.
9.
Hey, big roll.
So what is distracting Jeremy?
Probably a little bit of embarrassment. Her
Right?
her own actions even, and not as much as the group, because I feel like she's more like, how could I do things like that? But then she starts to like, no, I do it for them. I'm doing it for them long term. It's gotta think ahead of it, you know, and don't beat yourself up over this. You didn't steal the money, you just rotated it in the system, and you got what you needed, and it was okay, and it all worked out.
You do hear a skittering noise, as there appears to be some sort of a raccoon going through some of the supplies next to the dead body.
Like goblin style, just like runs up to it and just like.
Shkaba, you wake up to this. You shoot up with the strange noises and what have you. You just see Jeremy on like crouched down, hands up, going like at nothing, from what you can tell, because that raccoon took off.
What are you doing?
Rodents. What is that?
Oh,
my
incredible!
god.
I didn't mean to.
Perfect timing.
That was awesome.
Really happy you did though.
Wow.
What's the sound of
Amazing.
a raccoon running around?
Amazing. Just rodents.
Picked up
Go get him. Go get him.
Oh.
It's an undead raccoon.
That is- So for those listening, what was that?
That was just my phone.
Oh, is that like your new ringtone?
It was a little
Something
sound
like
on my
that?
phone
Oh,
there.
there you go.
Do that more often, please.
There you go. Oh, anywho,
I take off after it.
Right. Dinner. Anyways, Jeremy took care of it. Just rodent. Go back. Well,
it's you still have another hour or so on your watch.
another hour. I'll wake you.
Okay.
You just have the wings like wrapped up in a cocoon kind of thing. There you go. All right.
Beautiful.
Jeremy's pretty proud of herself, so
Yeah.
she's gonna sit there and be like, "I did a good job."
Sure.
Good watch.
Did you notice that the raccoon did tear into the bag, but didn't get a whole heck of a lot because it scared the shit out of him.
He's not coming back here.
There you go. Yeah, the rest of it kind of goes off without a hitch.
Perfect.
And, yeah, you do start to see the very early bits of perhaps morning light, which signals the end of your watch.
Shkaba, and like kind of like pets the feathers, and now is like, oh, sorry, very soft and very nice. It's your turn for the early morning.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Orderly. Do a little
Good.
stretchy.
Night, morning, and goes off.
Sure. Yeah. So you wake up feeling pretty well rested. So you've now gotten your long rest, kind of thing. So that works out well for the end of your watch. You basically wake up, good to go.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Yes, sir.
Not with disadvantage because you don't have dark vision, but it is daylight.
Give me something good. Nat 20.
Hey,
Yeah.
there you go. All right. Part of this, are you flying around, or are you just kind of sitting on the ground watching?
Oh, I'm just gonna sit on a log, pick at the fire,
Sure.
see what I can see, look up, pick at it again.
There you go. You don't see or hear anything out of sorts, and are keeping an ear out for whatever rodent or creature that was, but it appears that whatever it was is now sleeping, perhaps? You're not entirely sure. It's gone, though.
bummer.
It's not coming back. So that works out.
Okay.
You start hearing the very early morning birds and what have you. And,
All right.
yeah, that one.
That's
That's
You?
Sound effects are
Weird
amazing.
sound.
I'm gonna talk to him.
We're really into
back,
bird sound
you know?
effects.
Yeah, it's all about the birds.
Oh, you do it? Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man. Gonzo's got a soundboard of bird noises. Incredible. So, you do notice that because of the bird song, that there couldn't be anyone hiding in this thicket or anywhere around here because they probably disturbed the birds. You know, no one's that sneaky.
Yeah,
So
I would know.
you feel pretty confident. And then it hits the point where the light truly starts to come out, and you see Isgalon kind of, good morning.
Good morning.
And start, you go up to the rations and be like, animal got into him.
Aloha,
Sorry.
the Jeremy Teddy took care of it. I don't know.
And starts whipping up some, well, not necessarily whipping up breakfast, but just kind of takes some hardtack and jerky and starts munching and waiting for everyone else to get up.
All right.
Over the next hour or so, you guys are able to get up, break camp, eat, what have you, get ready to go for the next day.
Don the armor. Shake the bottle.
There you go.
I'm sitting outside of the bottle. I'm leaning on the bottle, but then I fell over and sleeping like
I'm
this.
assuming Sunny is the last one up. Just slept all 8 hours and is still out.
Yeah, and then when I wake, I belch really loud and disturb all the beautiful tweeting birds.
Oh, there you go.
As
Time to go.
As Rybos gets up from his slumber, covered in ash,
Mhm.
all gray and almost looking death
Sure,
nearly.
sure.
But very, very calm. Those of you who are within listening distance hear him whisper to himself,
Brithwillen, embolden me.
and you see a soft pulse of blue and purple light emanate from him, and all his features become more soft and elven-like for a moment, and then it recedes, and it's just like him, covered in ash, as he begins to put on all of his armor. That's going to be a casting of false life.
Cool.
That was crazy.
Yasgalin does not appear, like she sees it and then just kind of goes back to what she's doing, and then does look again, and then goes back to what she was doing.
If he's gonna do this instead of hitting himself, I think that's a lot better.
Rivals, do you use the same rune over and over again?
Rune, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Have
Like,
you? He
Wh-
reaches down to his chest and makes sure that his amulet's tucked in underneath
Mhm.
his,
Oh, yeah.
his armor.
You
Yeah.
haven't been sneaking through my things, have you?
no. And she pulls out her book and shows him a page, and it has a giant rune on it with a bunch of weird
What
lettering.
languages do you speak?
I speak Halfling, Elvish, and Orc.
Got it. Yep. So nothing that you
I
recognize.
don't recognize the runes.
Nope. You haven't seen anything like it.
Those are not like my people's runes.
Ah, interesting. Oh. And closes the book and puts it back on, and
Maybe sometime I will show you what I mean.
I don't pry on runes. I do like them though, and I do want to study them. So any knowledge I can gain from you and your runes, I would love to know.
I'm like this, looking up. I think we should get going, guys. I don't know what they're talking about, but I think we should go.
Actually, weirdly enough, I didn't mention this at all, but yeah, it is starting to get more overcast. That kind of
Yeah.
thing. So weirdly enough, you looking up at the
Perfect.
sky is,
Yeah.
yeah, right on point.
I think I'm gonna walk for a little bit. I feel great, you guys. How did everybody else sleep?
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Quite enough.
Quite well, actually.
I'll
Yes.
fly in your pocket later, but I think I think I'm gonna walk.
That's the spirit.
You
Pull
sure
out my book. I'm like, I'm gonna find flowers.
you don't want to ride on the horse?
Yeah, everyone's like saddling up the horses and getting them ready to go.
You might get a bit far behind in short order.
Smacked in the face with a horsetail. Yeah, you're right.
Well, you're so far down that just the horsetail hanging down would do the trick.
Perfect.
Smell the faint manure.
All right.
But sorry.
Back to the pocket, I guess.
I interlace my fingers and make a little
Sunny basket.
a little sunny step.
Would you like, I can get you up on there. You can ride with me for a little while.
You're not gonna do that hitting thing, right?
I won't hit you.
I don't want you to hit you either.
Well, only if it's necessary, but I'm feeling it's not at this moment.
You can trust him, child. It'll be fine.
Okie dokie.
You'll know if it's about to happen.
Does he do the Chloe thing again?
Yes, glowing
Okay.
first and then that. Every
Okay,
time I've seen
I'll sit behind you so I can see if you're gonna glow or not.
Okay, whatever works for you is fine.
Okay.
Your cloak is on the thing, so you could hang out on his back or on the back of the saddle.
I'm gonna like
Up to you.
stand on the back of the saddle, but like
Sure.
over his shoulder, like kind of holding onto his collar. Because
I don't know if you'd reach.
I'm like what, 2.5 feet?
Yeah, because I'm assuming like basically
Yeah, he's
it's
still
functionally
slightly
your build
larger
kind
than
of
me.
thing.
Yeah.
So and then you'd have to like be on your tiptoes to see over Bill's shoulder, but
Okay.
not Ribos, who is going to be taller.
Yeah, a little,
So
bit,
yeah,
a
Okay.
little bit bulkier, a little
Yep.
taller.
so yeah, you'd be standing there at full height and still be like,
All right, so I'm gonna like toddler this
Sure,
and
sure.
just be like legs wrapped around his shoulder.
sure,
Okay.
there you go.
That's what I'm doing.
All right, so I'll boost you up on the horse
Like
first.
sitting like kind of up here and then legs on the shoulders kind of thing.
One-handed.
Like
No,
almost-
more like your turn like this. Like here.
Gotcha.
Like around, okay. And I'm gonna obnoxiously crawl all over you in like 12 different directions, probably elbow you a couple of times until I get into the spot where I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Are we going?
She's a little heavier than you thought.
We should
So-
go.
How much does Sunny weigh?
42 pounds.
42 pounds. So there's a 5-year-old essentially hanging on the back of your neck as you're like,
Stop it. Get comfortable.
I'm comfy.
Okay, stop moving.
Saddle.
Is Galen, are you ready?
and she's like sitting on the horse looking over at Jeremy, who's also on the horse. Everyone's saddled up and ready to go. We were just waiting for Sunny to finish doing
Anyone
what she was
else's
doing.
butt still sore? Oh, sore
Yeah.
today.
That'll happen.
Yes, I'm used to walking.
All right, Shikaba, go ahead and give me a perception with no advantage.
Yeah. Come on, big hitters. 22. Yeah.
22.
Nice.
You do see a little bit up ahead, after about 3 hours worth of travel, that there is a broken down wagon.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Okay.
There does appear to be
Not a broken one.
2 people standing
Yeah,
there,
Robert, what-
both
I
just
can
kind of
fix it.
shaking their head and looking at the thing. One appears to be elf, the other orc elf. You're not entirely sure.
Okay. Okay.
Something in there.
How far am I in front of the group?
Not too
too
far.
far.
You're at the same speed as the horses are, so
Okay,
it's more
yeah,
of your height advantage is
Yeah.
what's getting you. So you could fly down and catch up with them, and then so as soon as they see you coming down, his Galen will stop the horse and wait for you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll do that. I'll come down and I'll let them know that there's
There's a couple people up ahead. It looks like their wagon is broke. They need a new wagon wheel or something. I don't know. Well, maybe we can help them. Yeah, I figured.
Or we could go around them.
Jeremy also agrees with his Galen. I mean, we don't need any trouble, and that's may not be trouble, but it could be trouble.
It sounds like they're having trouble.
Well, they can figure it out. We have our own trouble. As
She
she's
just
like,
points at the body. You just
But yeah, but if we had the wagon,
slowly-
then we could have a place to hide the body, and then we could all, and then you wouldn't have to. I mean, you're doing a really good job with the horse. I think you're doing, but like we could just be inside.
but they're gonna give us a wagon.
You're talking
Well,
about stealing their wagon? That is.
Maybe.
I mean, we
Maybe we
could.
could trade them a horse for the wagon.
Oh, Jack, you know, that's not a bad idea.
We don't necessarily have to strong arm them.
I flex a
The body in
little.
a bush
But-
over
Did they
there.
have? Did they have horses?
I don't know. No,
Nope.
it didn't seem like they had horses. No.
Jeremy does not like this. This is war times. People do crazy things
Could be a
and
trap.
trickeries, you know, like goblins do. That sounds very much like a situation that could be not what it seems. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong.
I know.
Yes, yes.
Fine. I mean, let's just go around then.
All right.
Right. So the area around it is fields, but it is bumpy. Definitely a more rough terrain kind of thing, just with the different, right?
Sorry.
While the road is relatively flat and it does have some potholes here and there, you can see them coming. But when you travel on horseback over top of a field, different parts of the ground aren't exactly very stable. So,
I'm gonna fly back to the pocket since I'm causing him a little distress.
sure.
A little.
So you
Just a little
zip
bit.
over there and Yazgalan goes, Sonny, stop flying. You dive into the pocket. Just shakes her head as if we have a dead body and a fae. Yeah, so you guys head around this little group. It does take a little bit to do that, but you don't miss out on much time. And did I not write down? Okay, yeah, so that you're at 24 hours there. All right, perfect. So you don't lose much time going around, and it's not super difficult to do so. You're able to stay you're likely within eyesight of them, but you're so far off that they're just like, what do we do with this? that kind of situation. You do see one of them wave their hand. Kind of thing. Are you flying?
Yes.
So you do see this. You see them waving their hand and then look up and slap their friend and point up at you.
Maybe they did need help.
Then they stop waving once they point at you. They just kind of take a couple steps back and towards the wagon. I'm not sure what to think about that.
It's just a bird flying through the air. There's nothing
Big ass
wrong
bird.
with
Yeah,
it.
right.
Está loca.
Dinosaur bird.
Right?
I start reaching out of the pocket as to wave back, and
Awesome. Yeah, so you're able to kind of go around that and travel down for a little while, and you do take some breaks and relax and get back up onto the saddles. Jeremy, this is the longest you've ever ridden a horse by far.
Very sore.
Yes,
Hurt,
definitely, absolutely.
hurt,
So often
ouch,
Jeremy's
ouch,
like,
ouch.
can you stop? And
Aw.
you just pull over for a little while. You're used to this. This is how you traveled to here. Yazgalan appears to be also used to this. And
Steel buns.
you do, towards the end of the day, it gets towards that where the sun starts setting down, and you're thinking, well, we got to start making camp. But you do see a large building on what appears to be a crossroads. You see this with your 22 perception over the day, way off, and not way off, but far enough off where you'll get to there before sundown at a crossroads. You're not entirely sure what the building is, but there's nothing really else around there.
It's the crossroads.
What language are your books? Your runes?
So-
You don't know. Okay.
Are you doing anything with that information, or just?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I
Everyone,
thought
it
you
looked
were
like
just-
they were starting to kind of slow down because the sun started to begin to set, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So
No, I'll relay that information.
Go ahead.
It looks like there's a building. It kind of looks abandoned. I'm not sure though. It looks like there's one up ahead.
I need to stop soon. My butt hurts so bad.
How far? It's
You hear me chuckle.
not too far. It doesn't seem like
You get there before dark, well before
we
dark.
can get there in a couple minutes, I guess.
You
Look
got-
up at the sky.
Yeah,
we'll
let's say
get
an
there
hour
it
before.
goes
So
down.
it would take you a half hour of walking to get to that location.
The half hour.
This may be useful. Is Colin? What do you think? Better.
I mean, we are carting around and she shoulders over at him. It's like, but if it could be an inn, it could be a checkpoint.
We
I
can
don't know.
find out. And if this weather keeps rolling in heavy, it might be nice to have a roof above our heads.
If you all think it's a good idea, then sure.
Anywhere, just kill me now.
I don't think that that's the thing that you really want us to do.
Oh.
Maybe like we should stay back here with the body, and then you can go check it out.
Speaking of bodies,
So
if we did kill you, what would we do with yours?
I don't care. From that point, I'm dead.
and just kind of chuckles to herself, like, that is the most confusing thing you've ever said to him.
You see Ribos just go, face just goes totally blank.
Is that goblin culture?
Jeremy culture.
He looks left, right, up. Like,
We don't-
he doesn't
do we
even
eat
know
goblins?
what the hell to
People eat
think.
goblins?
Like looking over at the pocket and just like hearing Sunny say that, I'm like, does she?
Is goblin?
Does she eat goblins?
I don't know what they do in the Feywild, but not here.
Do you?
Saying if we're low on rations, are they?
all
edible?
right. Jeremy is just kidding. Don't kill Jeremy. Jeremy is an asset. Please no. But my ass is killing me.
But
Yeah,
really,
I get it.
really, if you
Goblin.
die,
Dirty goblin. Sorry.
what do we do with your
I
body?
think he's serious.
You gotta give him an answer or something.
Um, My Ribos, my body is fine now, so we don't have to talk about this.
I think
it
that
was an
might
expression.
Be how goblins.
They really just don't care.
Perhaps.
What about your spirit?
What about it?
It will be trapped on this plane if it is not transitioned.
Can we eat that?
Well, I mean, your body does transition to, other means, plants and, animals and sometimes your own kind, if it's necessary.
You do know that some of your people have adopted the Green Flame, which is the church of that is permeated throughout the Bridgeville Concord. It's not the official religion, if that makes sense, but it is very prominent.
Goblin dabble with green flame, but not very serious. It's
There
You know.
are various goblish religions, if that makes sense, but they're smatterings and here and there kind of thing. So, for example, the hunters are actually very religious, but for them, it's a glowing stag that doesn't have a name. They just call it the stag. That's it in Goblin. And you understand about what their religion is, but it doesn't seem relevant to this conversation.
Jeremy, it goes her own path. Jeremy is a little more. Doesn't really matter what happens after you die. But that's Jeremy. I read a lot of books. Everybody has a different opinion. Why pick one?
Ribos' whole face just sags. He looks distraught, and he whispers under his breath,
Spirits of Fegamina give me strength.
and
Is he
you
going
see
to kill
that
me?
brown
I think he's going to
green
start stabbing himself
pulse.
again. We should move.
Oh dear.
from my body as my features become very feral orcish.
Rivals, I'm so sorry if I offended you. Jeremy no mean.
He's fine.
You did not offend me, I just worry for you.
Oh, well, somebody has to, so.
If we were going to scout them, you made a very good point. We should send a few, not all of us.
Nice.
I'll stay with the body.
Ciao.
Who is good at
I will go to.
moving around silently? And she kind of pointedly looks at Ribos at that point, like,
I mean, if it wasn't for this damn armor, I'm not too bad,
you
actually.
could take it off.
No.
Well, we do need
And
someone
she just
strong.
shrugs like, well, then.
I'd rather get caught sneaking than get caught without my armor.
I guess I should probably go then.
Jeremy will go with Sunny. We both small, tiny.
She was like, well, I said I'd go, but just.
That's okay. I mean, y'all
What?
wanna go ahead? Just don't
Your
worry,
wings
it's
are really quiet, but you're a lot to look at?
It's okay. That's not weird.
I think you've offended.
Maybe you'll be
Yeah,
able to keep an
okay.
eye on them from the air.
We should just
and
go.
Jack,
Do you want
it's
to go?
like-
You see
Well,
them get in trouble,
just
we can
us,
rush
though.
in. and
We
then
can
just-
be sneaky, sneaky.
All right, so to
We
settle,
can
we'll-
be.
eyes in the skies. We'll stay with the
There
body
it
just in
is.
case, and then
Perfect.
sneaking.
Just
And
for
then
an
sneaky.
extra precaution, just
Okay.
in case
Maybe
we
we should
do
all get
something
a
wrong.
little closer to the building
Mhm.
first, though. Yes.
I think this is a good space.
Yeah. So you're able to get close enough where you won't be spotted, even with the horses and that kind of thing, but far enough, or sorry, close enough where you can hear maybe if something's going wrong, but far enough away that they can't see you. But you might not be able to get there right away, but you have horses, so you'd be able to get there pretty quickly to help out. You guys might just have to fend for yourselves if it's something that's a problem.
I will
Great,
put
Sam.
on-
Cool.
Just-
Sounds awesome. Just
Yeah,
a little, you know.
That's you
Unpack.
guys
That's
made
how
this
it goes.
decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how D&D goes. But before we do that, we're going to take a break.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, because that seems about time, and you look like you might have to pee.
Sure.
Remember, don't take off your
Yay.
microphone beforehand because it makes a terrible, terrible noise.
I
But that's all right.
apologize to everyone. I am impatient.
So we'll be back in 7 minutes. Bye. welcome back. So where we left off is we're going to have some sneakiness, and we're going to have some watching things going on. And then, yeah.
Essential cavalry.
Yep, that's the one.
Copyright.
So, Shikaba, how close do you get while you're flying around? How high up in the air?
I'm gonna go to the full 60 feet in the air. Probably about like.
Oh, you can go farther than 60 feet in the air. You just can only go 60 foot in one.
Oh yeah, in one
About-
thing.
Yep.
But yeah.
Oh, weird thing with flying. Using some of the, I don't know if 5th edition has a lot of this, but I know in 3.5 there's a going up and down is different. You can go up, but it's harder. You can flying straight up into the air is very difficult, but if you go,
Yeah.
then it's easier. If that makes sense. Just
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Like
But I don't remember if 5th edition has any rules for that. I think they nixed it because it's complicated. It's a pain in the ass. But it's every
Would that be applicable
I'm not
to me
sure.
since I'm more of
haven't
a
read
hovery?
anything on it.
yours is different.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, because you're hovering. It's like you're in space kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be too big of a stickler on it. I just physics.
I mean, you just let
Yeah.
gravity
sorry,
do the
throw
work.
that
I
in.
mean,
No, usually like
But
if,
in combat, I'm not really worried about it. But if you're like, I'm going to fly 500 feet straight up in the air, I'll be like, well,
I'm gonna go straight up.
it might take you a little bit longer than maybe
Not if
Sunny.
I do
but
what
you
Neo
also
did.
No, every time you take off, I'm just gonna see that.
I flap my wings, you know, like the little slow mo thing.
Oh, there you go. Anywho, so you're how far up in the air?
I'm gonna go. We'll go 60 feet in the air,
Okay.
just because it's pretty.
Just
early.
enough.
It's
Oh,
still
so
early
you're
in the
you're
day.
right above where Yizgalin and Rybos are, but 60 foot in the air.
Yeah, and
Got it,
I'm
okay.
actually gonna go like 15 feet in front of them,
Sure, that makes
so
sense.
I can see them a little better.
And then you guys are still a little bit out. So if shit hits the fan, you essentially have to ride as fast as you can to the town, and it might take you a little while, because or otherwise they'd be able to see you and then be like, "Why the fuck are those people hanging out with horses?" If there's anyone even there.
It's just a lone building, right?
Correct.
Crossroads, not a town.
Correct. Yep. So,
Hey, so I'm gonna put my cloak on, and then will you hold my hand, and then maybe they'll just think that. What? I have a nice hand.
oh. No, I think, sneaky, like,
Yeah.
not walk up
But-
holding hands.
But maybe they'll think I'm a kid, and we'll be less threatening.
With a goblin?
It's so funny.
I mean, not to be rude, but I mean, it's really more of an insult
kidnapping a
for
child.
me. Yeah, it's not going to look good when you come with me. But how about
Do goblins not have babies?
I mean, not like you.
Are you guys still near everyone else, or are you walking at this point?
I think we're walking and talking, but I'm like, as we get closer, I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to be very, very quiet, and we're going to sneak.
And I'm not gonna fly.
There are some taller grasses off on the sides of the road that you could sneak on through.
That's what we want. All right, I know you're really, really good at this, but I believe in you, and you are going to do much better than I will.
I believe
And I'm
in
going to
you.
really inspire you.
Yeah. Get that BI.
The self-deprecating inspiration.
yes,
I suck, but you don't.
yes, right. Bing!
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm absolutely gonna mimic that back. I also believe in you.
Thank you, Sonny.
It doesn't do anything,
So
but I'm
much.
like,
Sure,
yeah,
yeah.
it
Just
should, I
positivity.
feel good. You should
Right.
feel good.
I do. Now I'm with you,
you.
so this will be fine. So let's.
Me first?
Yizgalin's gonna
Yes.
kind of lean over and be like, "Why have they stopped?"
I don't know. I don't even try.
Alright, so I'm gonna stealthily try to go through the grass
Sure.
and
Then I'm gonna
to
go
said building
behind.
Gotcha.
Sure.
All right, both of you guys make stealth checks.
on it. I hope.
You know what? I'm gonna use something different.
Nat 20, bitch.
Hey.
For
You
a
lose-
dollar.
You too?
No.
No way. Where'd you get a one?
I'm gonna use my inspiration. I'm gonna use it. I'm
Snap a
gonna
photo
use
of
it.
it.
I will
Still
snap
take a
it,
picture
yeah.
of that one, but then we'll
Oh
amend
my
it.
god!
Inspiration.
Oh,
That's fucking
wow.
My words don't work for you.
Wow.
Oh,
That's amazing.
that was crazy, guys. This was-
Can I
Nat
just tell?
20.
yeah,
that
you
one.
wanna? Yeah, thank
Um,
you. You got that.
Or
You can, but it's hard to
Holy.
sneak while you're flying in the middle of the
Holy.
air.
that's fair.
You're far enough away that you don't
Inspiration.
think people are going to see you,
Not you.
but
Just start
wisping the clouds towards me.
I like that you decided to use a different dice too. You know, you're like, not that one.
Yeah,
this
try
one.
this one.
No.
Oh, wrong
Join
one.
this
Okay, so with that inspiration use,
Hold on, let's start a fire.
that's an 18.
Get some smoke.
8?
18.
Oh, 18.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Better,
So
better.
you do lose sight of Sunny.
Okay.
Sunny is gone. As far as you're going, you're like
This is a good thing. This is a good thing. I can't see her. Nobody else can see her.
heading on through, and you get close enough where you're able to see if there's people walking around and that kind of thing. And there are. There appears to be a sound, a strange sound. Go ahead and make perception checks for the both of you.
I'm so nervous now.
That's a
Jesus.
natural 20.
Hey, there you go.
Stupid. It's so stupid. It's great, but it's roller
timing.
coaster right now,
There you
guys.
go.
14. Bardic Inspiration lasts.
10
10
minutes.
minutes, yep.
Okay, we're within that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. It's
So
been
10,
a few
16.
minutes. 16.
All right.
Yeah.
So you hear a lot of talking going on in there, and just kind of a jumble of noise but nothing too raucous or anything like that. Just a murmuring of people.
Could I hear well enough to maybe establish a count of people?
No, you do know that there's more than a few, if that makes sense, but less than a crazy number of people to be in this building. It does look almost like a longer building on one side, but then there's almost like a large, almost square-ish section, and then another side that goes a lot longer.
Okay.
This road appears to be well traveled, and there is a signpost sitting up that points the 4 different directions. Jeremy, you are listening, and then you kind of have your ear up and are just slowly starting to stand up a little bit because you start hearing something that music. Strangely enough,
That big old goblin ears are
Yeah.
just like.
Yep. It's very light, but you can hear a soft voice, and you can hear plucking of some sort of stringed instrument. And then, as you're listening there, Sonny, you do see that Jeremy is tilting their head and whatnot, and you're hovering like next to their head. Jeremy, you have no idea that Sonny is there. You're
Like
just
super
listening
hyper
over, like,
focused.
huh.
Because I lost Sunny, like,
Right,
so
oh,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, it's just me now.
That's like what you
You're quiet enough to be,
Scared shit
it's-
on me, man.
but you definitely do sound Jeremy. And
Oh shit,
Whatever.
not fly! Ooh. Then I'll flop down to the ground.
Okay. Wow. I thought I lost you.
Okay, oh, here I am.
Okay. So,
this does appear to be some sort of inn of some sort.
seems to be an inn. I hear music. I hear people.
Yeah, I could maybe. So there is this one inn that I used to go into, and then I could get into the attic and I could see everybody. I could try that.
I don't know about you flying around, so I think
I wouldn't be flying. I'll just kind of like go into small areas.
How about let's report back, and then we can all go in the inn together, because guess what? Inn's great. We can go in there and there get booze, and we can get things, and there's people and stuff, and
You're right. I should check now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and go, and then I'll come back, and then we can report.
Sonny, I can't go with you. What if something happens? What if they put you in a bottle and they take you in and never see you again?
I like it inside a bottle.
Not like that kind of a bottle.
Oh,
What do you?
what are we gonna report? That they have
there's-
music and booze.
And possibly someplace to stay. It seems like an establishment. It's not abandoned. There's music. That's a good sign.
And booze?
Potential.
Okay,
High
well,
potential.
If you think we should go back, but I mean, we could
do.
just, if we go now, we could report more on what we saw. Can you read that sign?
You guys can't actually read the sign. It's you're standing on the far side of that longer stretched out one, so then the sign's a little bit further down and tilted slightly, so you can't quite read it.
Do we see anybody outside of the building?
Not outside the building.
Okay.
You do hear people inside, but you don't see anyone outside.
Jeremy thinks it's just across the road in. I don't think there's really much cause for alarm. And plus, if there is, I mean, it's nice to have Ribos with us. Shkaba's a great wing bird person.
I look
He's
up.
a great bird person.
He is pretty great.
He's great.
You don't know where
Great.
he went, though.
He's great.
Then I'm gonna like fly up and look for him.
No. Okay.
You start hovering up and just.
You're right. All right. So, well, that's enough exploring. Let's go back. Let's go tell the group.
Okay.
Can't have all the fun, right, son?
It's this walking thing.
Oh, I know, better than worse though. And going to try to make my way. Try to make
Dive
my
right
way
into the
back.
accent.
Yes.
Yeah, that's perfect. Go ahead and make a stealth check as you're leaving.
Hot dog.
All right.
18.
21.
All right, yeah, you guys make it back, no problem. Ribos, make it, and Shkaba both make perception checks.
13.
So you guys start coming up in the tall grasses, and you see them all kind of standing around and looking towards the inn. While they're gone, you're way up in the air. Do you stay up there?
Yes.
You do not
Yes.
spot them once they get into the grass. You're just like. So, and it's been a couple minutes.
I wonder where they went.
You know they went into the grass, but they didn't come out.
Squint my eyes a little bit more. I look down at Ribos.
I'm looking up at you because I didn't see where the hell they went. Like, raised my hands and shrug my shoulders.
Right?
Hello,
These guys shakes their head. Your
I don't know.
They're better
Yeah,
than
so-
I thought they were at doing this.
Well, it helps when they're as small as they are, right?
True. And she like a very heavy nod of understanding at that.
I'm gonna come down and just be like, I don't know where they went. I told them, and then the grass, it was very tall, and then they disappeared.
Should we worry, you think? Should we wait?
No, we should just wait until we hear something. We should be able to hear any shouts, and I'm assuming that Sunny will scream. So
One that
we
lied.
should.
Someone will scream when they see her flying around because you know she can't resist.
That is
true,
very true.
I
This is an interesting
cup
group.
my hand behind my ear
Right.
and just
So you
tilt my head and listen.
after a
try
while,
to place my hands
when you guys
where-
end up coming back, you
where
see
my
Ribos
ears would be.
cupping his ear and listening, and just like looking frustrated.
Is he stabbing himself in the ear?
I know what he's doing.
Yasgalan has almost a vacant expression on her face, and she's like tapping her nose and just looking straight forward. This is dripping. I wasn't crazy.
Must be-
Where's it dripping
Half of
from?
it's true.
Is it
Right?
raining?
I don't know. It's right here.
Been raining
Wherever.
For a couple of days.
Humidity.
Yeah.
No, I'm
It's
fine.
probably
It's
Might
just,
be
AC,
coming out
yeah.
of the
it just
air
it just keeps happening occasionally. Where anyway, sorry. Moving on. There's the AC's dripping on my head, and I thought it was like my nerves going crazy or something. I wasn't sure what was happening. So, what are you guys doing?
Come
Sunny
out of the
and Jeremy.
grass and. All right. Well,
So,
There might be
Where the
villains.
hell did you come from?
oh, you're very good. We didn't see you coming.
That
None
was
of us.
the sneaky. Yeah? Sneaky.
yeah, Sunny's pretty good.
Awesome, yeah.
Sneaky sneak.
I agree. Maybe we should
So there
keep
might
this in
be
mind
booze.
for next time.
I can refill my jug.
Well,
Will you refill my jug for me?
Wait, what is it?
it seems to be an inn.
Oh,
Okay.
Some music, people inside.
We should probably keep on making our way then to the inn.
That's Jeremy thinks too. I
well,
think it's safe enough.
maybe we can find some bag or basket to house the air in while we're there.
We have to go on an errand. No,
No,
we just
no.
go to the inn.
Will someone please? The air.
That's a good joke you should write in your book.
Write and book my jokes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, it's your accent.
And then when
Ah,
we play
yeah.
music, then
My
you can go up
accent.
and
Just
you can tell your jokes.
starts dragging the horse along.
I'll write it down.
Put more leaves and stuff on the body, man. That's all we gotta do. Just stick it in the
I'll
grass.
take the horses to the.
We can make it
To,
look like
I'm
a
assuming
lawn.
there are stables or something there.
I didn't see stables. I also didn't look for stables.
Sure. Well, I'll take them and get them hitched somewhere, and then.
Rivals looks incredibly puzzled now.
The horses?
I didn't know they mate for life. Is it legal? Is that bylaws where you're from?
And she just like while watching you, just walking forward and
So we need
With all
for
three
bag, for body in there?
we'll find something when we get there.
All
For
right.
now, we have the cloak.
All right. Well, won't
Just
do
keep
much.
anyone away from our horses for a little while, please.
I like hold my Ikawa and like flex a little, like I can do it.
Honey, Sonny, stop flying.
No.
Just pushes it down like a bat.
Awesome. All right, so you guys all start heading up. Who's going in first?
I'm probably the most anxious to see if there's any booze, so I'm going to. Rivos, could you just here's my jug and I'll push it at his feet.
What are we gonna do with that?
I said Rivos, my
Yep.
bad.
Yeah. She's like, well, fine, fuck you.
I look up and I'm like, oh, wrong feet. Hey, will you go fill this up for me?
If I have to go, I'll just go in the woods.
But you're
Don't
not gonna
give
go
it to Rivos.
stab you. Okay, I'm gonna go in your pocket. Will you fill this up for me? And bloop, and I go in his pocket.
Hold on. What's my name?
I think it's Shka. Shka.
Da.
Incredible.
You're
All
welcome.
right. So you all head up to the tavern, and you do hear the music now as the closer you get. And there appears to be some sort of almost a rough voice singing pretty softly. Does that make sense? So they're almost like a gravelly voice, but singing not a whispered type of thing, but just it's calming. It's a calming song.
Do we recognize any of the words? Or recognize the
None
song?
of you speak the language.
Why are we here?
It sounds very
Wait,
nice.
what language do you speak? Aarakocra, Halfling, and was there any?
Elvish.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, none of you speak it.
No.
Let's go check it out.
You do hear conversations in Halfling and Elven, but the song is not in that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a
let's see what this is all about.
All right, who's headed in first?
I like tug on his pocket from the
Yeah.
inside.
You hear it.
Yes. I will go first.
Let's go on.
Check
You're
that
going to
machine later.
take care of this
Yes,
errand.
yes. Just keep everyone with the horses, please. Very swiftly starts walking around looking for a place to hitch them up. And it does eventually find on the other side where you guys weren't able to see, there is a spot where she could put them. But
So
Yeah.
as she goes off, like, hey, you want me to watch the horses? I'm confused. You said keep them away from
you
the
head
horses.
in and just don't. If somebody starts, just don't worry about it. And she seems very nervous at this point, very like twitchy a little bit, which is odd because she's got a very stony demeanor. No pun intended. Because Goliath.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just do not want to be caught. The dead body, the air, so they think we did this.
You keep making it like it's a big deal. It's really not that big a deal. You just gotta take the body and you just
All
gotta
right.
be
All
casual
right.
about
Wow.
it.
Wow.
You're
No.
not being
No more.
casual about it.
body
What-
talk.
Because you're not being
Okay.
casual
Casual.
about
Do you think I
it.
should prop him up at the bar?
What? Might as
It
well.
might work.
And they
I
drunk
heard this
enough.
story
They're
this
not
one
gonna know.
time.
And then they pulls up the head again and just.
See, if you keep doing that, you're just gonna pull it right off.
All right.
Puts it back down.
Very good talk. Very
It
normal.
would be
They were all
beneficial
very
if you,
normal.
like, separated him, it'd be easier to carry.
You do hear a voice that goes, "Hello,
Wait a minute, just because
come on in."
you
And,
said you just need to talk to him, right? What if we just took the head?
Right.
what?
Jeremy's coming in.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
And then
Wave at the guy.
You see
Smile.
an
all
elvish
tusk
fellow
poking out.
standing there, just kind of like.
Stick the bottle in front of his face. Hello.
And, he doesn't appear to work there, based on the attire. But he's just waving, and he's got a pipe in his hand, and he's like, "Okay."
I will say
This
good
is it.
evening in
And he
Elvish
shuts the door and walks in.
as he walks
Yep.
away. Oh,
Anyone who wants to, you can make an insight check.
got it.
From
Not
the,
very good.
Oh,
the
yeah, I'll give it a
new
go.
found rip of the pocket that I just created, I will.
18.
It was right at one of the edges where when you pushed forward, it just.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, don't do that again. Got it.
That's a
What'd
solid
you get?
18.
18.
8.
8.
24.
Nice.
Also 8.
8. So you two noticed that they very clearly heard that Ribos' last part, you could just take the head kind of thing, and immediately got uncomfortable and went inside. So you're like,
Well, we
Uh-oh.
gotta make our presence known now.
To tell him you were talking about a chicken. You needed to take
Or
the head
we just-
off of the chicken. Do they have chickens?
Talk like normal people.
I told
Really?
you gotta be
Like, do we
casual.
have to start something every single time we go somewhere?
What is abnormal about what I said? I'm just trying to make our problem a little lighter.
Don't lose your head.
Jokes.
we
Go.
need the whole thing.
You said you just needed to talk to him.
Yes. The connection
What
is
part
better.
doesn't talking?
The lungs and the head,
Make a puppet.
right?
Puppet.
The whole
Pedestrian leg.
apparatus. I guess I could cut his arms and legs off.
Good. This is all normal conversation. We're
Drags
just
the
going to
horses
continue
along.
talking outside this place about different parts. This is really good. I think this is good talk.
As she leads the horses away, I'm just, like nodding my head at everything that Jeremy said.
Jeremy's getting very frustrated.
That would be very beneficial.
You see the door open slightly, and a what appears to be almost a mixture between an elf and dwarf, but more on the elvish side. Kind of walk up, stocky, but little pointed ears, and not particularly thin, but also not particularly wide. If that makes sense. Kind of pokes out and everything okay?
Yes, we was just about to come inside.
Okay.
Is this your place?
Yep.
Is it okay if we come in?
I guess. And he walks out and shuts the door behind him and goes, "So what's going on?"
We were trying to figure out how to sacrifice a chicken.
For what?
That was a joke.
Yes. It's a language barrier.
Go ahead and make a
No, we
deception
need
check.
to kill the chicken to eat it, not sacrifice the chicken.
Am I making that with disadvantage now? What's
both,
going on?
Both of you, well, either both of you guys make a deception, or one of you make it with advantage.
I am pretty good.
Works for me.
Maybe. I don't
You
know.
guys are tag team in this.
All right. Deception?
Yep.
23?
23. They go, I haven't met one of your kind. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Language barrier, joke.
Bird,
all that.
chickens, sacrifices.
Okay. You guys need a room?
Yes.
How many? 4? He says it almost hopefully. Like 4?
Maybe one.
No, he says 3 because he doesn't see his gallon.
Probably one.
Okay,
Maybe,
good choice.
Maybe two.
You'll be double bunking, but there's the bed should be big enough unless one of you guys want to sleep on the floor.
That's okay. They just take it.
The
No,
goblin?
no,
And
no.
points at the only person that you can be talking about, like the goblin?
Yeah.
Nothing.
They just think they're small. They're just fit in the
Yeah,
corner.
I like-
So,
Oh, it's a
Reach over
language
and
barrier
pat you on
thing.
the
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
right in the pocket.
Right?
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't mind my friend.
You see his goblin come around the corner and just kind of poke her head around and be like,
He's offering us rooms.
"Yep, perfect. I'll be right there."
Wonderful. Let's get drinks.
Okay.
Socialize.
One room, right?
Can we come in and have a drink first? We've been on the road all day.
Sure.
We can,
Come on.
Then we can decide
come
how
on
many
in.
rooms we need.
Okay. And they open up the door and head on inside.
Why does it have to be so hard?
And you do hear one of the windows.
Saddle up.
Actually, you hear one of the windows open up a little bit. Not a whole lot.
Gotta air it out in here.
You're the only one that notices passive perceptions and all that.
Okay. Somebody cracked a window.
I follow the purveyor into the bar.
Right
Sure.
behind
Into
Ramos.
into the inn.
You do see him kind of, he's like peering out the window a little bit and shuts it when you come on in. It's, what can I get you? And heads out behind the bar. You do see that there are 4 people in the room, and one of them has a lute. Nope, sorry, harp, that's what it was. A harp, and they're sitting up on, not necessarily, it's not a stage, but there's no tables around there or chairs or anything like that. It's just a bar stool, and they're sitting on there playing it on the end of the bar. It appears to be a dwarvish woman, full-blooded dwarf woman, and wearing what appears to be elvish garb, kind of thing, which it seems a little odd. It just looks a little odd, but it's the right cut and stuff like that. It's just, you're like, okay, interesting. There's the dwarf elvish bartender, the innkeeper, that kind of thing, that is going around pouring drinks for the other folks. There's the elven fellow that walked out and saw you guys, and then what appears to be a related to this elven fellow, another person. They appear to be a little bit younger, but not by a whole heck of a lot. Both are sitting at the bar while this person's playing music and the bartender is servicing them. Not like that, but.
Nicely done.
So I see this is a full-service establishment. You have entertainment, ale, you have
Yep.
food.
Oh, yep. With stew today.
I would love some stew.
Stew.
And whatever
Got
your
it.
house beverage is.
Yep. Okay. And he starts pouring stuff and just seems a little nervous.
Ramos, can I talk to you for 1 second?
Why are you whispering?
Not talk. Oh, it's you. No, go ahead. There's a spot over there if you want some privacy. He points at. There's not really tables and that kind of thing. It looks like this just has a hearth on one end of the room, the almost a bar at the other side with a few stools set up there, and then what appears to be just benches sitting facing tables attached to the walls. It's pretty open in the middle for the most part.
Seems like a very friendly place.
She's gonna go up and like try to get in your. I don't have any. I don't have any money. I spent it all on the horses.
Oh, don't worry, I've got you.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. And she like pulls out her
Bowl of
pockets.
stew for my friend here and drink as well.
Very well.
What do you call this place?
The 4 fourths.
The 4 fourths?
Yep.
Or fourths.
Fourths.
4 fourths. Wouldn't that be? I'm not very good at math necessarily, but
Okay.
that would just be a hole,
It'd
right?
be 1. Yes.
So this is the local watering hole.
He points and he goes, I didn't intend that when I named the place. That was coming from the DM. Yeah, that
And he's like,
Awesome.
I'm brilliant.
Present.
was brutal.
Very good. sir.
All right, well, 5 silver for the room, and then
Dusty space.
it's 1 room. he's like, what? All right,
Would there be a discount if we got 2 rooms?
sure. 9 silver for 2 rooms.
How about 8 silver? Since we're buying dinner too. Or does that come with the room?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
You got it.
Not too shabby. 18.
Yeah.
18. And he goes, okay. 8 silver for the room. I was gonna toss this stew anyway, so we'll cut it down pretty significant. We'll say 6 copper pieces for the food a piece, and then whatever booze you're gonna
I'll
get.
fish
you
in my
can-
pouch and toss a gold on the bar.
Okay,
When that runs out, let me know.
got it. And he pulls out a little abacus and he starts doing some math real quick. And speaking of doing math, now I got to do math.
I'm still impatiently waiting for booze in the pocket.
I should still have, what, 1 silver,
So-
8 copper?
He ends up handing 4 bowls out for you guys and Yizgalan, but not for you because he doesn't know you're there. And then is it ale? You want some strong stuff, or you want some stuff?
I'll slap the Sonny's container on the counter, and I'm like, I need you to fill this up with
Oh.
the strong stuff.
Yes. Okay. He, takes it and ends up handing it off to the singer, who puts the harp down and then takes it and walks towards almost there's a back door. Walks out there and uncorks it and starts pouring the stuff that's in it out. Told them to fill it up, and they're like, "Oh, we got to get rid of this stuff." And then goes and starts filling it up with the strong stuff. you can
never
feel
know.
Sonny just.
Should never know.
You can see out of the just
Yeah,
the
I
little bit
gave
of
like
that
a
pocket.
little seam that I
Yep.
watch everything out of.
Oh yeah. So unless you're like,
Jeremy's
you heard the liquid pouring onto the ground, you're like, the hell kind of thing. They didn't see anything wrong with it. They unless you guys are making any sort of moves to say something, they're
I'm
Moving on.
ravenously eating at the bar.
hands the
Jeremy is
Drink,
nervously watching.
Drink stew. It's
yeah,
running
Jeremy.
down
Are
my
you old enough to
face.
drink?
Do I look like a child?
Sorry, I don't meet many goblins.
Yes.
Apparently.
Okay. Just, how about for you? No, you're getting and he points over at Yizgalan. How about for you? And as she comes in, he goes, just food, thank you. And sits down at the thing and starts.
This ale's
quiet.
pretty good, actually.
Okay, an ale. Starts eating.
You hear
let's see.
very mild weeping from your pocket.
You got a squeaky joint. Something wrong with your elbow?
I just scratch my head. I'm like, in my defense, she also told me to just have them fill it up.
And kunk, a full jug lands in front of you.
Gracias. Thank you.
Gracias. We'll say that's Aarakocra. That'll work. He does not speak that language, so he's just repeating back what you said. Great. So the 2 rooms and the food will put you at 10. What did I just do? That's not right. 10 silver. So basically 1 gold and then 4 copper for the for ale for the 4 of you. Well, actually, no. I'm sorry. You'll have 2 copper left from that gold. And then he goes, well, for that jug, that's gonna be a little different. So a gallon of that, 2 silver pieces.
I just slap a gold piece down because I don't do math.
And he hands you back change, 8 silver pieces back.
Okay.
All right.
I'll throw another silver piece on as it's it for the meal and
Well,
drinks.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's mighty generous of you. And he puts it down. Well,
It's nice to see a friendly place here.
oh yeah, I know it. Especially with the roads being the way they are.
What do you mean by that? We didn't encounter any problems.
Oh, good. Whew. We heard about what happened over in what's that place, hon? And then the dwarf woman was like, Lee something. I don't go there.
Lilu.
I don't know.
Lurir, and then we heard about that.
Lots of ways from here. The news travels fast.
Oh yeah. There's people on horses, and they were unhappy.
I imagine so.
Yep.
What happened over there? Anything?
You remember what happened?
No. I've heard around. So what have you heard? I've heard things, but I want to make
Somebody
sure.
attacked him. One of the
Oh.
other duchies or something.
Yeah, right. Any other things that you
Okay.
know about the situation? I mean, I'm just trying to travel with my friends, and
They don't know who. I don't know who did it yet. There's word that it came from one count or another, or
all right.
a guy here, a guy there. Who knows?
Right,
the
politics, right?
Nobles.
I
Yeah.
suppose
No
no matter
bother.
how much you count, you have to count one less now.
Oh, did it? What? Count one less.
Oh, never mind.
Is this an orc thing?
Yes.
Jeremy's like hyperventilating, just.
you're a strange lot. You know, you got a Goliath, you got an orc, you got a Era guy, and a goblin.
Era guy.
Because he
I
flies,
just
right?
walk out.
And be like,
Okay.
sorry.
You're the guy in the air.
I'm slowly like fidgeting
Gonna
more
go
and
in
more
there.
in his pocket.
Right. You heading outside?
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right.
walk
So
outside.
you get out there, and as far as you know, the windows and doors and whatnot are shut. So
Yeah.
if you were gonna crawl out of there, this would be an opportune time. But that's up to you. Did you take the jug with you?
Yeah. I have that in my house.
Well, put up your wings like you normally do. God,
Hey, híjole.
I can't believe you let them just dump that all out. It was the wine that Miss McCann gave me, and my face is leaking like Shermie's was.
Okay. Well,
Give me that.
all right, okay.
And I chug.
Into the pocket.
I drank all of my anguish.
Oh, there you go. So we'll what did we end up saying for that?
Oh, I think we started at 9 or 10. So
Well, and that was from it. Was it full when
I
you
don't believe so.
started on that?
No,
So-
because it was like 2 bottles of.
Yeah. So this will be a gallon of strong ale
Okay.
kind of thing, which will sustain you there. And let's think here. Now I got to do conversions. I'll get back to you on how much you have.
Okay, great. I have drank at least 2 portions of whatever that you come up with.
Got it.
And now I'm just like hanging outside of his pocket, like half big, half small.
Roughly, each bottle of
Yeah,
wine
look
would
it
have been 1/4 of this thing,
Right.
and then each bottle of wine has 4 parts of it.
Got it.
So yeah, you have 16 rations essentially. Well, now you have 14.
14 on it. So he's standing outside, wings spread so I can drink, and I am now just like hanging out of his pocket. This is the best
Supporter, so my
ride.
freaking shirt doesn't rip again.
Yeah, half small, half big.
There you go.
It's just, and I'll shrink back down into the pocket.
All right, now for the both of you, while you're inside, you do hear a squeaky little voice, and it's kind of like, anyway. So yes, Lurir seemed to be attacked. You're saying.
You seem to have a problem with your volume
Yep.
regulation.
Nope. I'm just. It's been a long day on the road, and I'm having trouble controlling my volume.
The hoofbeats, they get to my ears
Yep.
too. It makes it hard to hear.
Exactly.
What?
So you guys start hearing the shouting coming from inside, and you're like, oh, right, we're right outside the door. Got it.
Not me. I'm back in the
It-
pocket, a little drunk now.
Both of the half dwarf, half elf, and then the dwarf are just. And you've noticed that the other 2 that were sitting at the bar have gotten up and left. they have had escaped the area, went out the back to assumedly their rooms.
Starting to feel familiar, like we're doing something wrong again.
You have a complex. There's nothing wrong.
Nope.
I have a complex.
This,
You guys
this
are
stew
just
is
fine.
delicious. This ale's not so bad. We got a roof over our heads.
Yep.
We should have a good evening. Let's drink.
Yeah, and then the guy points at what you assume now is his wife, who picks up the thing and starts playing a song
All right.
for all of you.
Jeremy doesn't drink very much, more a reader, but
Well-
Jeremy can have a couple.
Enjoy this music.
He is gone. Is just. I'm going to go tend to the horses. Gets up and leaves.
I look over and see if there's any stew left in her bowl
Right.
or ale left in her mug,
Yep.
and just
Both.
pull the stew over,
Yeah.
reach over with my other hand, grab the mug, and just finish it off.
Right,
put
right.
it on the bar and start eating the stew.
All right. There you go.
Uh,
They do hand you one more and be like, just finish off that gold piece.
Ah, thank you. It's
Yeah.
very refreshing.
Wow. Well, while you're here, you know, one of our bags, large travel bags, had ripped, and I'm wondering if you might have something like maybe any kind of rice or anything comes in, or
I can
grain.
figure something. What do you need? Like a big sack?
Yeah, like a very large sack would be great. Just to combine all of the stuff.
Probably
How-
about
how-
the size of this guy.
Plan on putting him in a
No,
bag?
no. We just got a lot of potatoes and stuff.
Potatoes? Why do you have a bunch of potatoes?
Rebus looks back and forth between Jeremy.
Jeremy didn't even realize Shkava came in and is
Not
like,
quite
Right.
following.
He like came in during the conversation. I'm assuming is Sunny still up or?
Oh no, she's in there.
No, I slithered back in
Yeah,
the pocket.
gotcha. So he burst in and ruined Jeremy's fucking whole thing that you had going on.
again, there's a lot of translations and
I just drank that
Oh,
bottle of stuff, so
Shkava.
don't look at me.
she puts her like, she finally has enough in her beer, just, Shkava,
Splashes it up
talking.
a little bit.
can you let
What?
talk?
I saved my ass. Don't worry.
Like, Ribos never seen
Yeah.
Jeremy really get frustrated and pissed off or be aggressive at all. Is now just staring at her slack-jawed stew, kind of dripping down the corner of his mouth,
Like, huh.
spoon half raised to his lips.
I mean, really, I'm very frustrating having all my stuff fall all over the place, and I'm just trying to find a large stack. That is all.
I mean, let me see what I can find.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Very
back in a
much.
bit.
Very helpful.
Heads on out back.
Just turn back to the bar, continue eating.
And
in
Jeremy like
silence
looks
at this
around
point.
and is like,
Is there anybody else still in the bar now?
Yes, there's the dwarf woman who's playing.
But she's playing.
Yep. She's still looking at you guys, and
Okay.
it's just not singing, but just ding, 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 ding.
Harp, not lute.
And yep.
I was gonna give Jeremy a thumbs up through the pocket. Shouldn't do that.
Jeremy has now her head in her hand, just like drinking her beer, embarrassed herself, but you can do it.
Awesome.
Oh boy. Woo.
And he comes back with a burlap sack. He puts it on the table.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm 5 copper.
Ribos?
What are we gonna use that for again?
I don't know.
Stuff.
Potatoes, apparently.
Oh, right. Yeah, I like potatoes.
I'd
Uh,
give him the silver.
Okay, cool.
And hands you the
Whatever
change.
works. And she folds it
Thanks.
up and carries it
It-
with her.
it's pretty large. It looks like it was. It has some material on the inside, but it actually has a almost like a dusting of what appears to be freshly poured out flour. No, sorry, no, that wouldn't be flour. No, this is a. Oh gosh, I just had it a second ago. Yep, lost my train of thought.
So like mill or
Oh no! That's it was a sack full of what appeared to be some sort of vegetation on the bottom of it, where you're picking off like almost like potato eyes, almost. But it's dirty and it's not quite potatoes, but it's there's some sort of root vegetable of some sort
Great.
that was in the bottom of that. So you can get the dirt out of it, and then
Just-
basically brought it up to you guys and was like, here you go. But it was a
Alright.
pretty large one. Probably too large to just carry around kind of thing. It was more of a stuff it in there so it doesn't have any light coming to it and it's shove it into a corner.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. This will help.
Yeah, no trouble at all.
Fold it up
Happy
and just
to
kind of
help.
have it in my lap.
Well, now you got your big sack.
And I slam the spoon down in the bowl as I finish.
Like,
Turning my bar stool as I grab my mug, slosh a little around, and take a drink.
You there, musician lady.
yes.
The cut of your coat looks a bit elvish. Is that correct?
Oh, yep.
Would you
Yep.
happen to know any elvish dirges?
Plenty.
Play me one, if you wouldn't mind.
And starts playing a thing and singing in Elvish. It's a, you've heard it. It's a song about the basically the green flame and how it takes souls and gets rid of them, kind of thing. It puts them to rest and takes them away. If that makes sense.
Awesome. I don't really know the song, I imagine, so I'm gonna hum along the best I can.
Sure. All right. Then after a little bit there, the door opens. All right. This is going to go on a little pee break here. So.
I'm snoring in the pocket very lightly.
She's snoring
So
in the pocket
the-
very lightly.
There you go.
Yes, I agree. She is very good.
Yes.
Quite good indeed.
So you do hear the door open, and some figure walks in. goes and sits off into the corner. The barman comes around and goes, "Ale for you? Room? Food?" And they just kind of nod their head, and then they starts handing a bunch of stuff to him. They do have, they're carrying a well-worn travel cloak kind of thing, and sitting there, they appear to be a almost just disheveled, elvish man with almost like a 5 o'clock shadow going on. Dirt kind of smeared a little bit on their face, and they just look exhausted, sitting at the table.
You might know him, man. He got dirt on his face. You put dirt on your face earlier.
There was
Yeah, speak up a
ashes.
little bit.
Oh,
Ashes, not dirt.
Stage whispers.
I'm sorry. You picked it up from the ground, so I thought it was just dirt.
I can understand.
Oh yeah, you're fucking filthy. You guys need a bath? Or anything?
I could use some more cleansing, I suppose.
Sure, yeah. I mean, do you want one now or do you want one in the morning?
Probably before we sleep.
Sure,
At
sure,
least
yeah.
for me, I don't want to get your linens all full of ashes.
It's all right. And he runs off and presumably to start some sort of bath.
Jeremy is gonna go check on his gallon. I'll
Okay.
be back in a moment. And gonna turn with the sack and walk out the bar.
Alrighty. Yizgalin is has the horses all tended to and desaddled and all that stuff, and is just sitting on a what appears to be a hay bale, and just staring and occasionally shaking their head, kind of thing.
It's Gallon. I found a
Oh, Jeremy.
sack.
Ah,
I hope it's big enough. And she unfolds it. And can you fit him in here?
maybe.
Just break some bones or, you know.
And she just kind of like tilts her head a little bit, like, no, thank you. Could you help me, please? And as you hold open the sack while she slides him in, and she has to almost bend his knees and then put it on there and tie it up. And throw it over the side.
Much
It,
better.
it'll pass a general inspection, but it's not going to hold up. If somebody opens it up or touches it, they're going to be like, that's not potatoes. And
We'll work on that. But for now, I think it might help your anxiety. I can tell you're a little stressed.
the one that just walked in almost saw him.
Almost or did?
No, almost. Walked by and I greeted them, and this has just been very stressful. Oh, we can hear people in the background just going, "Holy shit!" But I don't think that you guys are going to be able to to hear it on the microphone. But that's why Missy's busting it up here. I thank you, Jeremy.
Great.
I appreciate your concern.
Of course.
This has just been very stressful.
Agreed.
Jeremy understands. This is not easy.
I don't know if the others understand that if we get caught with this body, not only will potentially we not reach our destination on time or at all with him, but we'll be branded as murderers. This could jumpstart this war to bigger than it is.
That's good. But it could also help us in this war. And it could be very beneficial for everybody.
Him dying or us not reaching the city.
If we reach the city, it'll be great. If we don't reach the city, it won't be great. Either way.
Exactly.
But Jeremy needs him. Jeremy can't have it any other way. And I don't know what everybody else is doing, but I need this to happen.
But first we have to make it to Kryi.
All right. Well then, we'll do the best we can. And you know what? For as hard as it can be with this group, it's a good group. They can.
And she kind of like shakes her head slightly. She goes, I've thought about leaving the majority of you behind and just taking off with him. No offense, and it's not you. It's,
Jeremy looks at her and is just like,
it's.
I left it this way.
Right.
But it's like, okay. Yeah.
Right. Sonny won't stop flying. Ribos won't shut his mouth. It just. I don't even know why the bird one is here. He was going to be paid to kill us.
Well, Ribos is strong, and he's committed to his own cause. I realize that Sunny likes to fly, but she's also sneaky. She's clever, and you know what? She comes in handy.
Am I within range to hear her?
No, you guys are inside.
Still the bar. Okay,
Yep.
great. Thank you.
And I hope Shkaba says, because he obviously has traits that none of us have. He can fly,
Primarily
he
the
can
reason that
scout,
that
and
I haven't done any. I don't know if I could do this myself.
you can't.
So here we are.
Here we are. And I can't do it without them or you. So please,
And she-
stay.
Picks up the body and puts it on her shoulder and starts walking towards the
League
Uh,
of Extraordinary
to the rooms. Which one is ours?
Ask Rybos, he paid for it.
Will you go check and
Of
I'll
course.
meet you over there.
Yes.
She
Jeremy will
walks
walk
by.
back in and
Well, you guys inside. So there's the figure at the other end of the tavern, and then you're all hanging out in there while they're playing that dirge.
As the gentleman sits down,
Mhm.
all road weathered and exhausted looking, I tip my mug to him just ever so slightly.
And he didn't
and
seem to be
in
looking
Elvish,
up. Mhm.
So you look like you've had quite a day.
You don't know the half of it.
Yeah, I have an ale on me. This is pretty refreshing stuff. Barkeep, give
Uh,
this gentleman a drink.
And you see the woman playing the thing. She goes, "He went to go get you a bath."
All right, can I serve him? Do you
She,
mind?
she shrugs.
I'd walk behind the bar, find it, mug, fill it up,
Right?
and go take it and slam
Sure,
it
sure.
down. And, no, not too harshly.
Sure,
but,
sure.
you know,
And-
in
and-
a jovial manner.
He
slam it
does
down in front
have
of him.
an ale next to him that he's gotten about halfway through, and you put another one down. He goes,
There's a fresh one for you. You look like you need it.
"Thanks, friend."
I'll go back. I'll go back to the bar and let him eat.
Right? And he just kind of puts his head in his hands and then stares down at his mug.
It doesn't do any good to just look at it, you know.
He puts up a hand, takes a drink.
Much better. I'll kick back and listen to the lady
And,
play her harp.
Jeremy comes back in at this point.
all right.
Doing anything?
I'm just gonna whisper in my pocket if I can. Sonny, are you awake?
So I'm assuming you kind of like just shoulder back, just right, just trying to be as nondescript as
He
possible.
like lightly lifts his wing. Ugh, what you fucking do?
You awake? What you wanna do?
I don't. Didn't we get a room? Isn't it almost bedtime?
You wanna go in a room?
I think so.
Sonny's-
Is
Sonny's already
Rybos? Is he hitting on that guy in the bar?
Look up. Right, boss.
Huh? Yes.
He's like right next to him. Just-
Oh, sorry.
Hey.
Is he gonna need his own room?
I don't think.
you have two
I,
rooms.
I don't
believe.
think so.
Yeah.
No. I think we're
That's right.
good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. I think we're gonna go to the room.
All right, well, have a good rest. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Jeremy is coming up when that's going on.
Watching
We're
Skyla
gonna stay
walk
down
up.
here and listen to this beautiful dirge. It's wonderful, don't you think?
Oh, Jack, you know it's music to my ears. Whatever they are.
It is music. It's
That's exactly what it is.
ding.
Jeremy's gonna walk up to Rybos. Well, Jeremy's gonna also retire.
Did all those potatoes fit in the bag?
She actually kind of like laughs a little bit. She's like, they did. They did. Yes, Rybos.
You didn't have to chop them up or anything, did you?
Good night, Rybos. And she like turns and like goes.
And then as you turn around and head towards the front door, you're like, shit. You don't know which room is yours. You don't have a key. Don't know where you're going.
What room are we in?
Oh, and then she reaches over and grabs a pair of them and hands them to Rybos.
I'll toss one at Jeremy.
Here's this one.
Numbers
This
around the
one's
doors.
yours.
Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you,
Now
Rybos.
take those two with you. I mean, take Shkaba with you.
I got it, Rybos. Thank you.
Casual.
And I'll walk behind Shkaba where he let off with the key.
What is gajual? What is that? Is it an
It's,
cocoa word?
just doing things in a relaxed manner, I think is what it means.
Almost like casual.
Yes, yes.
Just
Very much like that.
ding. And yeah, you're able to head out. You have rooms 3 and 4. It looks like one was already taken.
Fancy.
Yeah, there's only 5 doors.
Very small.
All right. Well, walk up right behind Shkaba. And right, 3 and 4. So Just open one.
Okay.
Pretty
Number
easy to
3,
open up.
you know, probably the closest one to the
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
open it up.
The rooms have a single bed. They have what looks like almost like a foot locker with a key sitting on top and a lock on the actual thing itself. Almost like a little trunk, but long but not wide, or wide but not deep. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's a
Yeah.
foot locker.
It might not
You
be
get
long, but it's short.
Yeah. And
We have fun here.
oh yeah.
I live
There
with
is a little end table with a lit candle. Actually, no, unlit. Because that wouldn't make any sense to have a lit candle in an unoccupied room.
Fire!
Just burn
Fire
the fucking
everywhere!
house down. There's a window in the back and one towards the front.
Oh, very nice.
all 3 of us doing the same thing?
There's 2 rooms and there's
And I
five
just
of them.
opened one. I don't know if they actually have a key.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you had
okay.
the keys
I
for
tossed
3
you
and
One key.
No, I
Okay.
kept one.
Oh, gotcha. So you have 1 key.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
I just
we're
opened
in
up.
the same room.
Yeah, I just opened it up
Got
and
it.
I
Yeah.
pretty much followed
So-
Shkaba right up to the room and was like, key.
Yep.
At this
Is it safe? Can I come out now?
Yes, you can. Here we go.
And Jeremy like closes the door behind her.
Pops on out.
And I like start hover up and start unstrapping my jug
Sure,
from
sure.
his back and
Right?
fly.
Oh, I thought you had it with you.
I wouldn't. No.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
I
because
see
we
what you're
agreed it
saying.
couldn't
Right.
go in the pocket, right?
It can, but that pocket's going to be in rough shape.
going-
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I will look around for. Is there like oh gosh, like a little wash basin?
There is not. Doesn't
Okay.
look like. There doesn't appear to be, but you do hear sloshing
Okay.
where there's outside the window. There's a guy like walking with a big old. It's the barkeep walking around with the bath for ribos.
I'll hover
Well,
over
actually,
to
no,
the
hold
window.
on. I'm miss. Oh, I'm sorry. No. He's walking with like a big jug kind of thing, and he looks like he's been pouring water into somewhere.
Got
but you're
it.
not entirely sure where.
I'll hover over to the window,
Hmm.
like,
And it looks like he goes to
and I'll close
Uh,
those curtains.
room 5. There's shutters, but there's not curtains.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can shut them from the inside, kind of thing.
I'll realize that I'm hovering in front of the
Right,
window
right.
and close whatever is
Sure,
there.
sure. Latch
And
it
I'll
over.
just find whatever corner looks cozy.
Mhm.
Is there a
Yeah.
chair, anything like that?
There's not.
Okay.
Nope, these look like pretty.
Single bed.
Yeah, just it's got you got a place to sleep and to throw your body when you're unconscious. That's,
I
for
will
the most part,
bundle
that's
up
about
my clothes.
There is
and
the
find a
foot
corner.
locker. You would fit in the foot locker.
Yeah, but I think I would notice
be
the
cozy.
key, and I don't want to get locked.
You can take the key with you.
in.
It's up to you. There is an end table that has a candle sitting on there that's unlit. So there's kind of underneath of that you could be at. There's
All right, I'll examine the footlocker.
sure. Yeah, it's empty and just looks like where you can stash your stuff and not have it stolen.
I grab the key.
Sure.
And I slide in the footlocker.
Sure.
Bundle up my cloak.
That's
Hey,
a
where's my
perfect fit.
jug? Can I have my jug? Can you bring my jug over here?
In the chest.
Where's Shkaba at that point? Because Jeremy's, Sunny's gotten comfortable there. What is Shkaba doing?
Oh, I'm
Bring me my jug.
gonna, I'm gonna snuggle her with her jug.
Uh,
Tuck her in with her jug.
And make sure she's set,
mhm.
and then I'm gonna head back down to the bar.
Sure. Head back out.
Shkaba, make sure Isgalin knows that there's room 3 and 4 are our rooms.
Yeah, I'll let her know.
All right.
Don't worry.
I'm going to bed.
3, 4. Got it.
Very good. And she closes the door behind you as you walk out.
Okay. All right.
Alright.
Great.
So now back in the
So
in the
good.
tavern room proper. Is Rybos doing anything interesting?
As the musician continues to play Elvis dirges,
Yeah, just anything that you say. They're like, yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? You're the only one in here. Just about.
the more if it's affecting me emotionally, and
Sure,
I'm
sure.
starting to become in touch with that ancestry
Sure,
a little
yeah.
bit more, and getting into my cups slightly.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm doing more muttering and talking to myself, but it's
Th-
much more
just-
relaxed than usual.
Sure,
it's
sure.
just like a casual conversation almost.
Right.
with
And
myself.
from their perspective, it seems like just a drunk guy mumbling to himself.
right.
It's like,
Just drift right past him.
Casual.
casual.
We're all casual
Ding,
here.
ding, ding, ding.
so sorry, my laughs are so
Don't you think so? Yes, you too, huh? Definitely.
I think your friend might need some sleep.
He's okay.
Okay.
He's okay. Casual.
Thank goodness.
You do see that Yuzgalan comes into the tavern and goes, which rooms are ours?
3 and 4.
Okay. And she heads off and goes to.
Yes, there's going to be enough room for everyone.
You hear a knock,
Don't
not on
worry.
your door, but the next door.
Oh. I'm going to, Jeremy is going to get up and open the door and, hello?
Oh, and
Ah.
she comes on in.
Come in. Yes. Closes the door behind, locks it.
What a
Uh,
day!
Yes, I agree. You may take the bed.
It is big enough for the both of us, if you'd like.
Okay. She was almost a little, like,
Right. She-
always thought of Isgalin as, like, super, like, space.
Right.
And I was just like, okay.
She does put the body next to the bed, and then lays on the bed and is facing the body with her back to where you would be, and just unceremoniously just goes to sleep. Just yep.
Jeremy's gonna, like, carefully crawl over her and, like, lay
Yep.
down, but her back looks over and then starts reading her book.
There is no light in the room other than what you guys bring in, unless you.
Dark
Oh
vision
yes, you
work?
do have dark vision. So Sunny, actually, it's been. You don't have dark vision, do you?
No.
Yeah, it's been. You're like
In the
just
Oh, the
padding
candle wasn't
around,
lit.
kind
Yeah,
of
that's
thing.
right.
Yep. Because that would make any sense.
stumble
Walk
over
into
the
a lit
foot
candle.
locker and you just make your way in there.
Right.
I
So I guess
feel
you guys
like
would
that
head-
would have
yeah.
worked out, though.
Yeah.
This is the whole
Yeah. There you go.
But I probably wouldn't have seen the key, so I probably wouldn't have taken the key.
Sure,
in all
sure. So you,
fairness.
when you open it, tink tink, and fell
Yes.
behind it, and then
Yeah.
you. There you
I feel
go.
like that's real.
All right. So the both of you
Shut
guys,
the shade
how
so
long
it's
do you
like-
hang out?
Dark, super
So
dark.
they let me know the bathroom's
Dark.
ready.
Oh yeah, that works.
I'm gonna actually take one of the ales and actually walk outside and
Take one of the what?
take
Sorry.
one of the ales and walk
Ales,
outside.
okay. Sure,
and
sure.
Just casually check out the exits and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a front and back.
Smart.
Then there's the hearth itself that backs up to the rooms, kind of thing. So it almost appears like room one's probably going to be pretty toasty.
All right. Admire the architecture.
You and that architecture.
Escape routes, man.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation.
Show. All right. Some
Sure, he's gonna
good
do a
big
book.
rolls here.
Book roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
3.
3. All right. Yeah, you get a bit into your cups and what have you, and just hang out on the roof for a little while.
Oh, wow, these are some nice shingles. Oh my god. This is nice.
Rybos, while you're inside by yourself for the most part, other than the dwarf person, the guy that's been sitting over there, he comes over and goes, "Let me buy you an ale," and sits next to you at the bar.
All of us?
Everyone in the room that wants one.
All right.
You look
You hear
around.
that?
Okay, and the dwarf woman stops playing, grabs stuff for you, hands it over.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I'm double fisting.
Right.
At this point.
Yep. So, where are you from?
The fjords.
Ah, up Northway.
Yes. You?
Oh, here and there.
That's not very specific.
Just
Hey,
right.
I get it.
Anywhere you can see the moons, that's my home.
I spent a big portion of my life saying the same.
What brings you around here?
Horses.
Horses.
What brought you here?
Son of a bitch.
Oh, it wasn't to buy horses.
Oh, I didn't
It's
say.
escaping the war.
That's the problem, yeah. That's, guess no matter where you go at this point, you're gonna probably run into it.
Here and there. There's some duchies are safer than others.
Yeah, like which ones?
None of them here. They're all at war,
Right.
killing each other. I heard a rumor that the heir died.
They took
Ramos
the-
takes a really deep breath.
No, it seems fine here.
Are you deaf?
funny.
Deaf? No, I can hear you just fine.
The heir to the throne.
Oh. Is that right?
That's the rumor I hear.
Well, he just up and died, huh?
Probably killed.
He was pretty young still, from what I heard.
Exactly. That's the problem. So if he's dead, the only one in line is the queen. And if she dies, well,
Well, you got plans for that, huh?
stay the hell away from the Ventrilo Concord. Go somewhere else until it all blows over. That's civil war.
Yeah, nobody likes that, do they?
Nope.
And as I take another drink, I like speak into the liquid, like a kid blowing bubbles into his chocolate, into their chocolate milk. And I say, and it's
Okay, you're cut off.
ventriloquist emboldened me, and I pulse with blue and purple light,
Oh, no shit.
and all my features get soft.
The
and
dwarf
wish
woman
again.
jumps back and drops the harp. Goes, what the
I
heck?
imagine it's
What?
been more than an hour since we've been.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But definitely reacts to that glow.
That smile.
Yes, what?
Nothing! And takes a step and picks up the harp and takes another step and leaves out the back door.
That goes to the entertainment. I yell out, hey, is my pop ready yet?
I don't know if she's getting you a bath.
Looks like you could use one too, my friend.
Go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage.
Ooh. Oh, eek. Out of the box. Ooh. 3.
3. Let me get you another. And, steps up and starts pouring another thing with the whatever you had in the least full thing.
It's just the ale, house ale.
Oh no! It just basically takes the one that is the least full and tops it off, kind of thing, and then kind of just pours it, turns back around and hands it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then grabs your other one, takes a drink,
Cheers.
and then goes to sit back down. Shkaba, you up on the roof hear the back door open and then fast footsteps.
I'm gonna go slink around the back and check
Sure.
it out, see what
Alright.
it was.
Make a stealth check for me.
Yeah. All right, come on, give me something. Give me something. You. 15?
All right. The person doesn't notice you, but it's the harpist, I guess, from the bar. Seems to be running around the building up to the opposite side where you had actually seen the guy with the jugs. He's filling up a bath in room 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So she runs over to room 5, and then you hear the door open and then slam shut.
Okay. I'd take that as maybe she's just checking on the bath, I guess.
All right.
I'm gonna keep it in mind, though. Keep it in mind. Can I just watch the door?
Sure,
See if
absolutely.
she pops out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this one. Let's see what we got here.
And you guys do end up hearing a at some point, but it's the middle of the night at this point.
22. Nice.
I'm probably
22.
asleep by now.
All right. You hear a not a big commotion, but almost like a thump in the tavern. Make a Constitution save
Oh.
with
Save?
disadvantage. Yep.
Thumping the night.
Oh.
13.
Oh no shit! All right.
Nice.
So
11 and 12.
you as you're sitting there drinking and what have you, your head is definitely swimming, but then it starts swimming a little more than you would have liked. And to try and steady yourself, you kind of spread out the legs and kind of brace yourself in the bar, but in the process, it knocked over a bar stool. So pretty, not violently, but just kind of like, oh shit, kind of thing. And you're,
Once I get my bearings, I instantly pour out the mug that I'm drinking and check the cup.
sure. Go ahead and make either investigation or perception with disadvantage.
Either one with
Yep.
disadvantage. And it's perception, I guess. 14.
14. You do see that there is some sort of almost like viscousness to it that shouldn't be
I'll
there.
rub my finger in there and just smell it.
And the guy that you were drinking with is still in the room, but he's now very casually walking towards the front door.
Hey, you!
Yep.
What is this?
It's your finger, friend.
Come here and smell it.
He kind of tilts his head a little bit and goes, I gotta get going.
No,
Starts
wait a
walking
minute.
out the door.
Like stumble towards him.
Sure.
Go, like try to grab him by the shoulder.
Definitely feel very wobbly on your feet. Go ahead and make an athletics with disadvantage.
Oh, jeez.
Shikaba, you hear all of this now happening. Ribos is getting loud.
19.
19.
Killing it.
Brutal with disadvantage.
With disadvantage,
That's
I rolled a
awesome.
14 and an 18.
So you grab onto him, but more onto the cloak kind of thing, and he jerks back, and then.
And I like stick my finger
Right.
under his nose.
I said smell this.
Well, okay. Yeah. When you do that,
familiar to you?
ooh, that's an interesting one. So when you do that, you like miss the nose, if that makes sense, and it just like kind of catches the side of their face, and they shake their head. Go ahead and make another perception with disadvantage, and they push your
7
hand
that
away.
time. 7.
Yeah, they kind of like shove your hand away, and they're like, "What? It smells like ale. You smell like ale."
No, there's something in my drink. Did somebody put something in your drink too?
I don't think you can check my mug's right there.
I can handle my ale
Here, let's go
all
check.
day long, and all of a sudden I feel like I'm just gonna almost fall over on the floor.
And he kind of puts his arm around you and is like, "Come, let's check."
All right, thank you.
Sits down on the bar stool and goes through and he goes, "You want to drink the rest of it, or should I pour it out?"
No, just check it. Pours out. See if there's some film in there that should
All
be
right.
in there.
I don't want to pour it on their floor.
I
he-
grab it.
Right?
I tried.
Sure,
I
yeah,
try to,
yeah.
grab
You
his
have to
hand
like twice,
Yeah.
but you catch it.
And
Yep.
like just turn it over. Like,
Now check it.
Okay. I mean,
Nothing.
not from what I've seen.
You poured me this drink, didn't you?
No, I poured this one.
Yes. That's probably true.
Okay. You should. Do you want me to get you to your room? Seemed like you need help.
It might be. A
So
good idea.
you can hear all of this happening going on at this point. So if you want to do anything, just chime in, jump on in.
Yeah, no, she hasn't. Nobody's popped out of the door
Nope.
yet, right?
No, nobody's popped out.
I guess like I like crawl and like kind of like poke my head like over the roof.
It's one of those that now that you heard it, you can definitely tell that it's something's going on, and
Yeah.
you can hear the conversation.
All right, yeah. I guess I'll slink down there and like
Mhm.
open the door and kind of just like stand there in the
Oh,
doorway.
I think Fred needs help. He's somebody put something in his drink. Where did the bar guy go?
He was making my bath.
Yeah, he was supposed to be making his bath, and then
Where'd the other one go? The harpist.
she also ran off to the bath. I thought she was.
Oh,
asking
she's
about
gonna
the
be in the bath with me.
No.
Well, maybe you should go check on them. Well, you got to get him to bed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, thanks for your help, friend.
And he just kind of like almost just very exacerbated kind of thing. And he looks over at you and he goes, "Could you?"
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. What are we gonna do?
No, you go check the bath. This gentleman's gonna help me to my room.
Okay. He's like hobbling you out the door kind of thing. Yep. Brings you over. He's like, "Which room's yours?"
I pull out the key and I look at it real close.
This one.
It's 4.
Is there a number on it?
Yeah.
Number 4.
It looks like it's just the key top itself has the little circle. It's not pressed, but it's like it looks like somebody chiseled in a very crude 4.
That's number 4.
Right this way. Heads over to 4 and key.
Yes, it is.
Can I? And he tries to
I
grab
got
it.
it.
Okay.
Put the key in the lock after I hit the door.
And
Click
open
on
it
it.
up. Go ahead and make another Constitution save.
With advantage, disadvantage?
Straight.
Ooh. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
It's a good idea.
Big hitter.
Oh, it didn't get any better.
Shkaba, where are you?
7.
Because of what he told me, I am going to make my way to that so-called bath.
Okay.
that
You
would
guys
be-
are heading to the same direction. So you're like right behind them, and
Yep.
then as he tries to. he hits the door and starts to slink down.
Yep,
But
right.
he's like, so he ends up like kind of like on his knees, but almost like full scorpion kind of thing, just leaned up against the door, and
I'm
he
gonna,
goes,
like try to help him up, I guess, and just casual.
Casual.
and the guy opens up the door for you and be like, you just get your friend in bed. You just push him into the room.
I'll
like
be
on the
back.
floor?
I'll be well.
Did you help put him in the bed, or do you
Puts
just
the
throw him on the
face
floor?
down on the floor.
Gotcha. So you open up the door, he hits the ground, and the door's still open. He's in the doorway, and the guy just like, you're not gonna.
Push his feet in more. And just,
And the guy goes over and pounds on door 3. Your friend's not well.
hey, don't worry. I'll be back. I'll be back to check
okay.
up on him.
All right.
He'll be okay.
Casual.
But it definitely
can still
woke you
talk.
guys up in there.
Do you think I would have been able to hear it through
Yes,
the
yeah,
footlocker?
absolutely. Yep, 100%.
Jeremy's gonna like roll over. Is Goblin? Is she?
Oh yeah, she's shot up at this point, and is then she's like, go see what they want.
Why is there
Has pulled out
Jeremy?
her sword. She goes, yes, and snuck up to the shut
Jeremy's
window,
gonna figure it
and
out.
is now sitting on the other side of where the door would open up, so they'll be able to see you, but not her.
Okay.
Did the guy who said your friend is in trouble already leave the area?
You don't know. You just woke up from the footlocker. And
I
then,
creeped it open and said, "Why is
Yes.
there banging?"
he pounded a couple more times after that. When Shkaba was like, leave him alone, kind of thing. He's like, okay, and just turned and left.
Okay.
Or it didn't really. You don't know that, but you
Okay.
hear footsteps and talking outside.
assume.
I can't see shit, so I don't know if he's in the room and can see.
No,
me
no, he's
fucking
not in the
hear
room
it.
with you.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
That's for sure. The door was locked. He's not in the room with you. He's on a different. Rybos is in a different room.
Okay. Jeremy's gonna crawl over the bed and just
Sure.
unlock the door and open it.
And, you see this guy's kind of standing like this. And he goes and points at Rybos on the ground.
Just jump.
Right.
And just like pushing him on the ground, which is not very. So his legs
kinda, like,
are now
flapping
underneath
him,
of him,
trying to get
and he's like half up,
What
but his face is still on the ground. So
Rivals. Oh. Who are you? And turns to the guy. Who are you?
I just was drinking in there, and you recognize his face from the guy that was in the tavern.
Right.
And then this.
Just gonna look him up and down. Just
Go ahead
anything
and make an insight if you want.
weird going
Yeah.
on? Yeah.
I go back to sleep.
Nope. That's a 5.
5.
Looks fine to me.
He seems exacerbated and frustrated that he's like dealing with this situation
Thank you
here.
so very
Just-
much. I apologize for my
Okay.
friends. I'll take care of them. You have a wonderful evening.
And you see this Goblin kind of pop up with the weapon in her hand and puts it away and be like,
yeah.
no. And kind of comes out and goes, what is wrong with him?
I'm assuming drunk, and I don't think Shkaba is helping.
I guess he drank too much. I don't know. That's what he said.
Shkaba,
And
you
I
put
think he
him
said
in bed. You
something
don't
that-
put him on the floor.
I was gonna come back.
He's
I
gone.
said it was gonna come back.
Gets frustrated and comes over and picks him up by his by the back of his pants and the back of his armor. Are you wearing your armor? Yep.
I got it.
Oh yeah.
Just and lifts you up and just starts carting you over, and
Casual.
so that's the name of the episode.
Totally.
Gotta be.
Jeremy's just gonna. Is Galen take off his armor for him?
Yeah, and starts doing that.
Like as
Sonny,
am
You
I-
see the gentleman that was standing outside as soon as Jeremy comes over and is talking to Yizgala.
Yizgala.
Yeah, he's like peeked his head into the doorway.
Okay, is there enough light coming in from the hallway for me to
You
see?
don't know, but
Okay.
go ahead and make a stealth check.
Big roll.
What were you gonna ask?
As she started to take off my armor, am I
You're
with it enough to realize that she's taking off my armor?
No, not really. You're so basically you're unconscious. You're still able to mutter and things like that, but it's trying to do things. It's like somebody's in a heavy sleep, like almost sleepwalking kind of thing, or like you've taken care of a drunk friend that can't physically move their limbs anymore.
Yes,
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's very much like that.
All right. So not conscious enough to realize exactly
That's
what's happening.
Correct.
A nat one.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
So you
7
just
total.
so he goes shit, and the guy is like, and stops. You hear the Sonny go shit.
Jeremy's gonna turn around.
Is there someone?
Can I help you? That's his other room.
That's fine. I just heard somebody yell.
I thanked you for your time. You can leave now.
He's like standing in the doorway. He's like, what?
Jeremy
what did
gets
I
a little
do?
defensive and just like, thank you for your time. You can leave now.
Okay, just saved your friend from falling in.
And I thanked
Starts
you.
to mutter to himself, and then
People
shakes
don't
his head. He
mind
goes,
their
"Where
own."
is the barman?
Jeremy looks around
or
and
his
is
wife?
just like,
Somebody, anybody. I just want a room."
don't know. I just am handling this right now. How about you find out? I'm sorry. Thank you for your time. And I appreciate
Goblin.
it, but
Just kind of.
she gotta go.
And he walks off and walks towards the tavern proper part of it.
Don't like him.
Ashkabab, where are you at?
think so. I
I
think you're
actually
okay,
want to
Sonny.
stop him and
Sure.
be like, my
Oh,
friend,
hang on.
What?
I think I have
Shut lock the door,
a
yeah.
solution to your problem.
Okay.
I saw
wait till I hear
the music lady go into the bathroom, and she hasn't come out, as far as I know. Obviously, we have not seen her, so let's go check.
Lead on.
Okay, let's go.
Jeremy's
He
just gonna
walks
look at
forward.
Isgalin and just be like, will you stay with Ribos?
Yes, I'm just
All right.
trying to take out the armor. It
No, no.
takes 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes to dawn, 1 minute to doff.
Okay, so it'll take 2 minutes to doff because you're not being cooperative.
Right.
All right.
Just that's how it goes.
Careful.
Thank you, Isgalin. I'm going to go to our room and lock the door.
And as the guy's walking by, he's like, "Oh, by the way, your friend was glowing." And he throws up his hands, kind of thing. Looks
As
directly
soon
at you.
as he says that, Jeremy is going to start walking over to him. I have to look something up really quick, though.
He's walking kind of by you.
He's walking by me?
Yep.
Okay, I just need to look something up real quick.
He didn't seem upset by it, but he was like, "By the way, fuck you." You know, like-
You didn't know he's fucking possessed.
right. I would have told you earlier, but you're being a dick. So whatever.
Jeremy's actually going to, like, grab her book really quick and, like, as he's passing by and just say, I'm a very persuasive person, and you think so as well, and charm person on him.
All right. What is it? A wisdom save?
It is. Proud of you. It's a 14. Is a...
You rolled a 19
Oh, damn it.
on the die.
Yep.
So and then he's like, "What the hell?"
I glow,
look,
I glow too.
Right.
Just
So
like-
what did it look like when she cast this
yeah, I like flip to the page and I just have my hand on it. As I'm saying it, it just kind of glows and it starts
Does
to
it-
kind of
anything-
like come over to his way, but then he just kind of like
Yeah, and he's like-
yeah.
these are not the drawers you're looking
He glows, she glows.
I didn't see anything. He puts up his hands and takes a couple steps back, and he goes
her book.
back towards where he was going before you grabbed him.
That's a slow slot though. And go in the room and I lock the door.
All right.
As soon as I hear the lock, I'm like, is it safe to come out now?
It's
I don't
sunny
know
out
if
now.
it's safe, but you can come out.
Who was that? And is,
Sunny
I
out now.
can't see
Sunny
very
in the
well.
middle of
I
the
saw a little light coming from the door, but is there a candle or anything that we can light?
There's
'Cause
a candle,
I can't see anything.
It's pitch black.
I
It's-
can't light
it's
it. I don't.
full in the middle of the night at this
Um,
point.
What do you mean you can't light?
Well, normally I don't have to light anything.
Are there any matches like in the drawer on the nightstand?
I don't
I'll
know.
go.
You know that Rivals for sure, or Rivals and Yizgalin both have a something to light things with.
Would I? Hold
and-
on. Do I?
Yizgalin had dropped her bags in this room.
Oh,
so you were able
perfect.
to pull that out.
Yep.
and
Look for
boom,
it.
There you go.
I have a
Yep.
tinderbox.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
so you
walk
just-
over.
like up in the air trying to.
I'll walk over and I'll grab it from her and I'll just like on the candle and just.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, nice room.
Well,
I see the body on the floor.
Right.
be careful, Sonny.
Potato sack.
He saw you.
That was smart. Who saw? Huh?
That man. He saw you. I don't know who he is, but it's not good.
Oh, did you take a picture of that fella?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Makes you feel any better? He saw through me too. So.
Oh.
Shkaba.
he
Well,
can
they're
see through you.
kind of doing that.
Yes.
What?
I like.
So you come up to the door,
stare.
and then what do you do?
I can't see through you.
I lean over to him. I'm
Goblin
like,
joke.
okay.
Goblin joke.
Compliment joke. Great.
I'm like, okay. So last time I checked, they're in this door.
Oh, he walked away from you. Oh, yeah. As soon as Jeremy started glowing at him, he walked away. Yeah. He was like, I didn't see anything. I'm out. I don't want to do this.
All right. Then I like press my side of my face up against the door and I try to listen in.
You gotta make a perception check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Give me something. 2 or 7.
No idea.
My thumb there. Where's the? Okay, so it's a 2.
2.
5, 6, 7. So
Seven.
all
Brutal.
together.
You can hear Sonny just. Which is what you're like, shut up! Like you're like 3 doors down. What is happening? You know, Rybos complaining to himself. He has Gollum. Like she was gentle at first, and now it's just God.
Wrestling match.
So yeah, a lot of noise happening.
All right. Well then, like, while with my face still pressed up against, I knock, knock, knock.
Silence.
2 more knocks. Knock, knock. I'm gonna check the handle.
Locked.
I'm gonna open that bad boy up.
All right, go ahead and make a thieves' tools, which are proficiency bonus and dexterity.
Yeah.
He's 2 doors down from us.
Yes.
Oh,
He's,
okay.
he's
I was
on
like,
door
actually, I
5.
have no idea.
Yep.
Come on, big
I-
He
roll.
has to be
was-
the master
Big
suite
roll,
with a
big
bat.
roll, big
So-
roll. 19.
Why are they always knocking?
19.
Is it like
Yeah,
sleeping
you
time?
chink, and
Sonny.
you're in.
Against the door.
Does it push
I
in
can
or
just
does
go
Yeah,
it?
it pushes in.
It does. So I just.
And then you see somebody shaking with a crossbow. Just the half dwarf, half elf fellow. Just
Okay.
we don't want any trouble. Just you go ahead and sleep in there, and then you just leave in the morning, please. Okay? Take your
What?
friend with you, and all that.
I'm going to slowly close this door.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why did you want to kill me?
You're, what?
Can you hear me through the door?
Barely.
Okay. I'm gonna creak the door open. Just put my beak.
Right?
Why do you want to kill us?
I don't. I just don't want to die.
Now, what makes you think you were gonna kill us? We're gonna kill you.
Wait, who are we
It's your friend. It's glowing.
I don't.
Oh, look. He's just talking to his ancestors. He's okay.
Please
I'm
shut the
not
door.
worried. Oh, sorry.
That'd be nice.
You
if
hear
they glowed.
after a moment as it
That
relocks.
would be cool.
Not like it. And then you start hearing as they're moving something in the way.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Well-
sounds wet and heavy. So it's,
Wet and heavy.
yep.
Beautiful.
It sounds like they're dragging a bath across the floor to the doorway, so then it can't be. Yeah.
All right, cool. While I hear that, I'm going to flick a dagger out and etch "Don't open" on the door.
That's fucking
Awesome.
hilarious.
Yeah. Awesome.
So we're at the door. Who's killing? Are we killing? Who's killing us? No, we're killing them. What?
Yasgalin does poke her head out. She's like, "What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. I
What are you debasing their door?
No. He told me, he was like, "Don't open the door." So I.
What the hell did you people do?" Until you guys can all hear
I
this
swear to
happen.
God, I did nothing. I did nothing. I was outside the whole time. I don't even know what happened. You know, I just hear noises and.
Get in the room.
Okay, I'm
please.
gonna go down to the bar for a second. I
No,
left something
no.
downstairs. I left something. I gotta go get it. I'm gonna go
Fine.
downstairs. I'll be
She-
like 2 seconds. I swear.
You hear cling cling as she throws off Brybos's armor and then she like slams the door behind her. Not really sure where the key is. but probably on the floor somewhere, and then heads back into room 3 and
Yes.
it's you, Scotland.
Oh.
Please open up.
Unlocks and opens.
I'm gonna go back into the trunk because she sounds angry.
Do you see what I'm talking about?
Always.
This is the group. This is the one. It's fine.
Let's
Just get some sleep.
Yes, rest on it and slowly
Lays
closes
down.
the door and locks it. It's just like bangs her head against the door. Just
I
Why?
fake snore.
Right?
Sunny's sleeping.
Awesome. Shikaba, what are you
sleepy.
grabbing from the other?
I'm going to walk into the bar and I'm gonna okay, look over at the bar, walk behind the bar, and start seeing what they got behind.
Oh yeah. There's a what appears to be almost like a strong box with all of the gold and stuff that you've been putting in there. And things of that nature.
Beautiful. I take that box.
Sure.
Do I see anything else?
Make
else
a
can I see here?
perception check.
sorry, Mike, if that made noise, but I'm just
That's a
flabbergasted.
I've yelled constantly into my mic.
Just smack my
That's a
mic.
10.
10?
10. Yeah.
You don't see anything else of particular worth. There is an abacus in there that they seem to be using to do math.
Okay, I'm
and,
gonna mess up his math a little bit.
Dick, move.
Who are you?
Doesn't appear to be a whole lot going on back
No?
there. There's some
All
odds
right.
and ends of different things that you could find useful, but nothing that is inherently particularly valuable.
Okay.
You're a little disappointed that she took her harp because that was probably worth something.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna hike the box in my shoulder. I'm gonna grab an ale real quick, shug that down, and then walk to the room.
Gotcha.
Son of a bitch.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Brutal.
Wow.
So yeah, you're able to go back into the room without any issues. The door isn't locked. Rivals is the only one in there.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Right.
lay down and start heading off to sleep.
Beautiful.
Everyone make a perception check with disadvantage.
Do I even get that? Or am I just
You do.
Roll. Give me something here.
15.
Oh, brutal.
I rolled 2 4s.
That'll be particularly
What is this? I'm
disorienting
gonna
for
use
you.
my
I
inspiration
rolled an at 20,
to
which I know
re-roll.
doesn't count. But
Right. Still. I got a
That's
12.
a little better.
12.
18.
Shikaba?
14.
14.
15.
All right, you three. You awake to a burning smell.
Oh no.
Yep.
Somebody cooking breakfast.
I don't know. It just smells like burning. Like when you burn that body again.
These three, right?
No, it doesn't
Yes.
smell quite that nice.
And then you kind of you see smoke
Because they're in their own room.
in your room.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Sonny, you are in a Foot Locker.
Yeah.
Yep.
I look down and see my armor.
Yes.
I'll,
Yeah.
I'll grab it and just start putting on as
Sure, sure.
hastily as I can.
Gotcha. Take 5 minutes.
Hey, help me with this.
I got you.
I like this
So it'll
strap.
take
No,
2.5
this
minutes.
strap. The buckle over here.
We didn't sleep at a campfire. If I remember right, we were in a room. Why don't I?
You left the candle on. It's just- Although Sonny did go to sleep before that, so that is a distinct possibility in Sonny's head.
Oh, it wouldn't have been the candle. Man, it's.
But you're still in the thing, so you're not
Yeah,
seeing it. You're
I
just
have
looking
no
up
idea what's
in your
going.
weird little
Like,
coffin.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm like, this isn't right. Oh God, could it have been the candle? Maybe it was the candle, and I'll pop out.
The room is filled with smoke. It's starting to get worse and worse as time is going on.
Would the candle have been put
No,
out?
the candle was put out. Yeah, it doesn't look like
Okay.
it started over there. It looks like it's coming from, it almost looks like the roof and the doorway wall is on fire.
So I definitely can't see anything. So I can only feel that the air is thicker with smoke, right? Because it's still the middle of the night. Yeah.
You can see a little bit because there is a glowing coming from cracks of the
Fire.
Right,
Okay.
you're like, oh shit!
It's
You guys, and I'll hover over to the bed and just like a toddler start bouncing on the bed. You guys,
Right? Oh, yeah.
Sonny,
I think.
not
No,
enough
geez,
sleep.
I didn't. It wasn't
As
me.
soon
I
as
didn't
you
leave
come
the candle
to
on.
a little bit.
I don't think it was the candle. It
immediately
definitely wasn't the
recognize
candle.
It'll
I
take
don't
2.5 minutes to
think-
put on the armor.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
We gotta get the potatoes.
Teamwork.
Potatoes.
And he's got on the shoes up. She goes, "What is happening?" And just puts him up on his shoulder. What is going on?
I don't know. Sonny, what's happening? I don't know. Oh God. So,
His gown goes running towards the front door and
Definitely
picks up
looks
her
like
foot and kicks it, and is met with a resistance.
He's Galen. He's Galen. Break the door, damn it!
And that's where we'll end it tonight.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah!
Love it. Oh, good stuff.
lot of stuff
I got
happening.
some chills
I
on
did
my arms.
too. Same goosebumps.
So good.
Damn it.
Very fun. Very fun.
Pick
Beautiful.
up next week with you guys in a birding building. And yeah, so for everyone watching on Sunday, hello. And then everyone on watching on Monday, hi. We will be recording the next one next week, and we'll have a special guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have Sadat from the Raven.
Oh yeah.
He'll be coming in and playing for a session, and
I'm
see
so
how that all
excited.
goes.
Oh
Until
boy.
then, stay casual.
Wow.